senior loving disciples and good friends that I know since last 17 years or 20 years, isn't that? So selected people are here to participate in this special spiritual event of making these heartfelt prayers and with heartfelt teachings to overcome all the obstacles. And urgently get victory from the fear and suffering of coronavirus, and rapidly achieving genuine peace, unity and brotherhood of all humanity, as well as for the liberation of all mother sentient beings. We gather here with the universal loving compassion to make this event so that we together can share our heartfelt love and dedication for the protection of our humanity and for rapidly achieving genuine peace, unity and brotherhood of all humanity. So today's our meeting is a big dedication, big sacrifice. So I appreciate wholeheartedly that you all come here to participate in this spiritual event. Somehow all of you also sacrifice. You are very brave to come to see me, because coronavirus make everybody very panic. Everybody very afraid to do a kind of free movement. People are very panic. People are afraid to go to a public place. People are afraid to get contact with many people. But now, as you are all a spiritual holy man or woman, you easily sacrifice. You easily come here to join this special spiritual event, to meet your spiritual master, Master Guru Padmasambhava, who came in this part of the world, in Hungary, since 20 years, and tirelessly, wholeheartedly, he come here to share the divine guidance and divine blessing of the Supreme Lord Buddha, the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. He come here to share the wisdom of Buddha, to share the divine technique of purification, divine technique of transformation, divine technique of enlightenment for all of you, so that all of you can practice this divine technique and enjoy yourself, to purify yourself, to transform yourself, to enlighten yourself. At the same time, that you also take universal responsibility to teach all other human beings, to share this technique, what you got from your master, to other fellow beings, to share the technique of purification, transformation and enlightenment of all human beings. So we are doing this since last 20 years. As a result, you should tell this thing before. Why you didn't tell me this? You should tell me before. This is not only my responsibility. No, it is your responsibility also. That you want to hear the teaching loud and clear, you should tell me. You should not hide the truth inside you. You should share your truth with the master. You use your this. So I'm not using this. You are not just asking to use this. So you must react faster. If you react slowly, you cannot protect yourself, you cannot protect humanity, you cannot protect the world. The success is depending on how much fast we react. No? If we react very fast, we can protect ourselves very fast. If we react very slow, we can react. If we react very slow, we can slowly can protect ourselves or never can protect ourselves because we react too late. No? So learn to react faster. No, please, okay? Are you enjoying this? Is you enjoying this? Is better?
Yes.
Okay, so it's my fault because I did not use this. So technique is, why I say this, I'm not sensitive, not emotional with this. Why? Technique is in front of us. Technique you know already. I show you this technique of purification, technique of transformation, technique of enlightenment since I come here 20 years before. Technique is, you know the technique already. Technique is in front of you. Technique is in your heart. But if you use it very late, or if you don't use it at all, you cannot protect yourself. You cannot protect our world. So technique what we share, technique what is shared by the Buddha Dharma and Sangha for our protection, for our purification, for our transformation, for our enlightenment, the technique will be your master shared for you. What you learn already, we must immediately practice it. No? And immediately we must help ourselves to purify ourselves, to transform ourselves, to enlighten ourselves, and sometimes we immediately react very fast. We immediately react to share this technique to other fellow beings and immediately help other human beings to purify themselves, to transform themselves, to enlighten themselves. We have to react very fast. The success is depending on how much you react fast or slow. No? So today, this divine meeting is gift of our good portion of sacrifice, good portion of dedication. No? As a result, this spiritual meeting become possible that we meet together. No? Because all of us make some good portion of sacrifice, good portion of dedication. We sacrifice other unimportant meetings and events. For sake of participating in this spiritual event, we sacrifice some other programs, which is very good. And we dedicate ourselves with a great determination. Today, Master Guruji is coming here. By all means, I will come to participate in this spiritual event. I will accumulate great merit. I will join the prayer. I will receive the teaching. For sake of urgent purification, divine transformation and enlightenment of myself, and for the enlightenment of all humanity. So, you all have developed this divine attitude, and you sacrifice it, you make this dedication. As a result, we met together. No? Some other people, maybe they also knows their master is coming today. Before he go back to Asia, in his home country of Nepal, he is coming again to protect you, to purify you, to remove your obstacles. So that master, after he go away, he feel that before I return to my country, Nepal, I meet all my students, I give my heartfelt blessing, teachings for their purification, for their protection. So master himself also feel very good, feel happy to go back, because master is like father, like mother. The spiritual gurus are like father and mother. Their heart is full of love, heart full of care. And then if you participate here, oh my God, it's good that before master go back to his home, I was able to see him, visit him, join the ceremony, receive his teaching. I got blessed. My country got blessed. Big city, dynamic capital city of Budapest, and whole Hungary is blessed, because other European countries and other countries are very suffering. A lot of panic. The coronavirus is increasing. But Hungary is like heaven in the earth now in Europe. It's very, very, Hungary is enjoying great protection. Not very much affected by coronavirus. No? As a result of many Hungarians who are very spiritual, no, who practice meditation, who practice the great technique of purification, transformation, and enlightenment, what Master showed you. Every day, many Hungarians, we make fire ceremony. During fire ceremony, we burn all the obstacles. A smoke offering transforms into nectar of purification, so it purifies the environment, it purifies the pollution, and it will purify all kinds of virus. There is countless virus, Coronavirus is one of the countless virus. It is not a big deal. There is countless virus. We are born with virus. The virus has become part of our life. What we breathe in, what we breathe out, what we eat in, everything is connected. All kind of virus, all kind of bacteria, all kind of infection. But when our body's mind is practicing great technique of purification, great technique of transformation, great technique of enlightenment, when our mind and body is practicing the holy dharma, reciting the holy mantras, then we are capable, we are strong enough to fight with all the virus, all infection. Because the spiritual teachings, spiritual practice, what we do, give us ultimate confidence, ultimate power and confidence that we are not afraid of any other obstacles. Because we are working with the source of all obstacles, we are working with our ignorant. We are practicing the wisdom of enlightenment. Every day we are purifying our ignorant which is the source of all the virus, all the sickness, all the fear. We are directly practicing the divine technique of purifying our ignorant because we are practicing the wisdom of enlightenment, because we are practicing the wisdom of Buddha. And every day we are practicing universal loving compassion. Universal loving compassion is antidote of purifying all antidote, and also it purifies all the selfishness, selfish attitude. A practice of universal loving compassion purifies our selfish attitude and action of our selfish attitude. And our practice of universal loving compassion, practice of our universal loving compassion, directly purify our anger and transform our anger into loving compassion. So the egoism and ignorant, anger, these are ultimate source of sickness, ultimate source of fear and suffering, ultimate source of all this dirty pollution, all the bacteria, all the sickness. So we are working with the root of all the sickness, all the fear and suffering, all the virus, which is ignorant, which is desire, which is greediness, which is selfishness, which is anger, which are cause of all the suffering and fear of samsara. We are working to cut the root of suffering, to purify the root of fear and suffering, which is to purify our ignorant by practicing universal loving compassion. And we cut the root of the suffering, which is our egoism and selfishness and anger, by practicing universal loving compassion. So every day when we practice meditation, when we practice all the spiritual techniques, we are cutting the root of all suffering and fear. So when the root of suffering and fear, which is ignorance, ego attachment, anger, when this is cutting, then the fear and suffering cannot disturb us, cannot destroy us. because we cut their root. If we cut the root, then it cannot grow more. If we cut the root of poisoning tree, the tree cannot grow up. It cannot bring a poisonous fruit. When you cut the root, then it stops to grow. So when we cut the root of suffering and fear, which is to purify our ignorance, to purify our egoism, to purify our anger, by the practice of universal love and compassion, and by the practice of wisdom enlightenment, then naturally all the fear and suffering, all the obstacles are naturally cut off, naturally reduce, or naturally diminish forever. No? So we spiritual people are more confident, more happy. We are like piece of great light, which is not afraid of any darkness. Even little light of candle is not afraid of darkness. Little light of candle or little light of torch can find his own way and clear the darkness. No? So people who are spiritual and who practice the wisdom of Buddha, who practice the love of Buddha, who practice the Holy Dharma, we naturally become more confident. No? And we become source of confidence, source of belief, source of protection, source of happiness for other beings also, you know. That's why we feel more fearless. We are more fearless. This fearlessness comes from where? Because we practice Holy Dharma. If you practice the divine truth, if you practice the Holy Dharma, you become fearless. You become confident. You become strong. You know? You are not afraid of the obstacles. Because we know how to purify obstacles. We know how to transform obstacles. We know how to remove our obstacles. By the practice of universal love and compassion, by the practice of universal wisdom of enlightenment, we are able to purify the source of all the obstacles and the fear and suffering. No? So we are not afraid of any kind of fear and suffering. We are more fearless. We are more confident. No? And we are happy to meet each other. Students are happy to meet their spiritual master. Spiritual master is very happy, very confident to meet his spiritual disciples on the basis of great confidence, great belief, you know, and great spiritual love. Make us to meet today. Thank you. So you just translate essentially, okay? I request Danish to translate the essence, okay?
Sok szeretettel üdvözlök mindenkit, a régi tanítványokat épp úgy, mint az új tanítványokat. És utána se régóta ismerik egymást, kb. 17 éve járok ide. És azóta szívbéli tanításban részesítelek titeket. Természetesen most, hogy itt van a koronavírus, sokakban félelem van, esetleg pánik is, de mi képesek vagyunk ezen felülemelkedni. Nagyon bátrak vagytok, hogy ide jöttek. A spirituális emberek ugyanis tudják azt, hogy hogyan lehet megvédeni magukat. Ezt a technikát már 20 éve tanítom nektek, a Buddha, Dharma és Sangha bölcsességét, a megtisztulás, az átalakulás és a megvilágosodás technikáját. Ezt már mind megosztottam veletek, hogy ti meg tudjátok magatokat tisztítani, meg tudjátok magatokat átalakítani, és meg tudjátok magatokat világosítani, szabadítani. Továbbá, hogy ezt el tudjátok adni másoknak. Ezt a technikát, tehát a megtisztulás, átalakulás és megvilágosodás technikáját. Fontos az, hogy sosem rejtsétek el az igazságot, hogyha valamit tudtok. Tehát például látjátok, hogy nem működik valami, akkor azonnal szóljatok, hiszen azon múlik, hogy mennyire leszünk sikeresek. Ha gyorsan reagáltok, akkor gyorsan meg tudjátok védeni magatokat. Ha lassan reagáltok, akkor vagy lassan tudjátok megvédeni magatokat, vagy egyáltalán nem. De a technika előttünk van, ezt már régóta ismeritek. Fontos tehát, hogy használjátok. Ez a spirituális találkozás, ez áldozat és felajánlás is mindannyiunk részéről. Áldozat, hiszen lehetett volna más programunk is. Felajánlás azért, mert ez a mi elhatározásunk. hogy itt vagyunk, ami nagy érdemet hoz számunkra, illetve a tanítások révén elsajátíthatjuk megtisztulás, átalakulás, megvilágosulás technikáját, és át tudjuk adni ezt másoknak is. Fontos tehát, hogy ezt mindig gyakoroljuk. Magyarország nagy védelmet élvez. Itt a koronavírus hatása rettentő kicsi, nem úgy, mint más országokban. Ez a védelem bizonyára annak is köszönhető, hogy már régóta ismeritek ezt a technikát, és sok spirituális ember lakik Magyarországon, akik rendszeresen tartanak tűzszertartást, ami elégeti az akadályokat és megtisztítja a környezetet, illetve a szennyeződéseket, például a vírust. A koronavírus egyébként nem nagy úgy, hiszen vírusok mindig is voltak, és talán mindig is lesznek. Ez is csak egy vírus. Mindig is, a mindennapjainkban is jelen voltak ezek. De ha spirituálisak vagyunk, és gyakoroljuk a spirituális technikákat, akkor lehet egy végső, nemek feletti magabiztosságunk, ami erőt ad, hogy ellenálljunk minden nehézségnek. Mindannyian. Tehát gyakoroljuk a megvilágosulás bölcsességét, ami megtisztítja a tudatlanságunkat, és gyakoroljuk az egyetemes szerető együttérzést, ami a legfőbb ellenszer, hiszen megtisztítja az önzést, és minden önzést és haragot az együttérzéssé változtat. A harag és a negatív érzések a végső forrása minden szennyeződésnek, vagy baktériumnak, vagy vírusnak. Várjuk el tehát ennek a szenvedésnek a gyökerét, és tisztítsuk meg ezeket teljesen. Várjuk el a tudatlanságot, az önzést és a haragot, illetve minden negatív érzést. Ha elvágtuk, akkor nem pusztíthat el minket ez a szennyeződés, vagy bármilyen baktérium vagy vírus. Ugyanis ilyenkor, például egy fának elvágjuk a gyökerét, az nem tud kinőni soha többé, így ezek a szenvedések és épp így soha nem jelenhetnek meg bennünk. Legyen a spirituális emberek magabiztosabbak. Éppen azért, ahogy egy gyertya fénye képes eloszlatni egy szoba teljes sötétségét. Ha mi pedig magabiztosabbak vagyunk, mások is magabiztosabbak lesznek körülöttünk. Hogyan leszünk félelem nélküliek? Ha gyakoroljuk a dharmát, már tudjuk, hogy hogyan kell, hiszen régóta ismerjük a technikát. Ez egyetemes szerető együttérzés, és a megvilágosulás egyetemes bölcsességének a gyakorlását. Tehát ezeket gyakoroljuk, és ezen a magabiztosságon alapulva tökéletesen meg tudjuk tisztítani magunkat, át tudjuk alakítani magunkat, és meg tudjuk világosítani magunkat, és tudunk segíteni másoknak is.
As ourselves, as a great spiritual practitioner, spiritual follower, as ourselves, as a good spiritual holy man or woman, nobody can create a new fear or new kind of panic for us, no? Because the teachings of Buddha, people who follow and practice the teachings of Buddha, we already know life is full of risk. Every movement is full of risk, you know? Breathing out is risky. If you cannot breathing out, cannot breathing in, you are dead. So we cannot just stop breathing out because we are afraid. Maybe we are not able to breathe in. We will die, you know. Every movement is full of risk of death. You know, every environment, every food, every consumption, every movement, every moment of changing time can give us death. We can die with any movement, with any breathing in and out. No? That's why Buddha teaches us life is impermanent. We live every moment. Every moment which passes, every moment is subtle death. No? Every breathing out in is a subtle, breathing in is a subtle birth. And as long as we keep our breathing inside, we experience life. As soon as we breathe out, we experience death. And then as soon as we are breathing in, we experience the birth. So life and death and birth, life, death and birth is based on our breathing in and out. No? Every movement is a movement of death, no? Movement of transformation. Every movement is a movement of separation. No? So through the Buddha's teaching, we know this already. We know that every moment is a moment of death. Life that we believe so much has no power to live. Life we love so much to live has no power to live. Life itself is a transporter to the dead. Life has no power to live, but life itself transports us to the dead. So at the end, death is truth. Change is the truth. So as ourselves, as a spiritual son and daughter of Buddha, follower of Buddha, we know this already. The coronavirus alone cannot give us a big panic, because we learned this already. Every moment is a moment of death. Every experience is experience of death. Every gathering is experience of separation. No? Everything that we can build up is subject to collapse down. So this we know already. Like I contemplate this impermanence of death since I was 12 years old. For me, coronavirus cannot give me a new big view, a new kind of panic, fear. Yes. At the end, we know that life is not real, death is real. Death itself, life itself drives us towards death. Life itself has no power to live. This we know already, no? So coronavirus cannot give us kind of new fear and new panic, cannot. We know this already. The samsara is full of change, full of suffering. Every experience of samsara is an experience of fear and suffering. Every relation of samsara is a fear of separation, fear of conflict. As ourselves, as a spiritual holy man or man, follower of Lord Buddha, we know this already. No? And we should know this also, Some we know already, some on the way to know it, others they should know this. We should not believe life very much, We should believe that our future is dead. Our future, which is dead, can come every second later, every day later, every week later, every month later, every year later. Death is our destination. Death is our future. We have no other future. Death is our future, which can come any moment. This we know already, and we should know. Yes?
Spirituális gyakorlatban senki nem ültethet el új félelmet. Tudjuk, hogy az élet teli van kockázatokkal. Még a levegővétel is kockázatot jelent. De és ha nem tudunk venni a levegőt, akkor meghalunk. De nem félhetünk kettőt. De nem félhetünk kettőt folyamatosan.
Why you don't react? I said off this, you are looking like this. You react really slow. Never change. Yes? Sorry.
Tehát nem félhetünk ettől minden pillanatban, hogy a levegővétel elmarad, esetleg nem tudunk levegőt venni, és ettől meghalnánk. Tudatában kell lennünk annak, hogy minden pillanat, minden mozdulat a halál veszélyét rejtegeti. Buddha is így tanította, az élet mulandó. Hiszen így például minden levegővétel nem más, mint a megszületés. Mindig, amikor bennünk tartjuk a levegőt, az maga az élet, és amikor kilélegzünk, az maga a halál pillanata. És ez így megy lélegzetvételről lélegzetvételre. Az életünk tehát ezen a körforgáson, ezen alapul. Minden pillanat átalakulás, elválás, és így egyben a halál pillanata. Az életet, amit annyira nagyra becsültek, annyira nagyra értékeltek ennek, tehát ennek az életnek nincsen ereje önmagában élni. Az élet nem más, mint ami a halál fele szállít minket. De dharma gyakorlóként ezt már jól tudjuk. És így a koronavírusnak sincsen nagy jelentősége számunkra, ez nem jelenthet számunkra plusz félelmet. Tudjuk azt, hogy minden, ami felépül, az össze is omlik. Minden, ami keletkezik, az meg is szűnik, minden mulandó. Én már 12 éves korom óta gyakorlom a mulandóságot, ezen elmélkedem, ezen meditálok. Így nincsen bennem egyáltalán félelem ezzel kapcsolatban. Én dharma gyakorlóként ti is tudjátok ezt. Tudjátok, hogy a samszára a változás, az elvállásoktól, a konfliktusoktól való félelem és maga a szenvedés. Higgyünk, ne higgyünk az életben túlságosan. Tudjuk azt, hogy a jövőnk a halál, ami bármikor eljöhet. Tudnunk kell, hogy a halál maga a célállomás, ez a jövőnk. Tudjuk ezt, és mindig emlékeztessük magunkat erre.
So, we cannot change the nature, no? Life has no power to live, this is nature. Life cannot live forever, you know? This is the truth, this is nature. So we cannot change the nature. No? But, so we must not have too much fixation, too much attachment towards this life which cannot live, you know? Life which is no power to live, a life which import us. You know, like bus who import, airplane who import you, he will take you in your home or somewhere. Life has no power to live, but it is import us. It transport us to the death. This is truth. You cannot hold the life, even God cannot. This is nature. The nature of the river is just flowing. No? Falling. But so we should not, as wise men or women, should not have fixation, attachment towards a life which doesn't have power to live, except to transport us to the death. This is clear. So wise man or woman has no fixation towards life, and anything which is related with life, we have no fixation, attachment. Because everything is subject to the death, subject to the change. No? But now, beautiful about life, which has no power to live, but life which gives us a great opportunity to purify us, to transform us, to enlighten us, to free us forever. Life gives us opportunity. Even you live 1 minute, this 1 minute that you can live give us opportunity to purify us, to transform us, to free us, and to help all other beings. Life gives us opportunity. The opportunity is a golden opportunity. Opportunity, what life gives us is we must take it. We must not. Life itself has no power to live, but life gives us a great opportunity to purify ourselves, to transform ourselves, to liberate ourselves, and to help all mothers and beings as long as we live. We must take the opportunity what life gives us. No? And rapidly, immediately, purify this divine technique, to purify ourselves immediately, to transform ourselves immediately, to enlighten ourselves immediately, and to free others immediately. Life, which has no power to live, give us a great opportunity, no? So, wise men or women merely take the opportunity of this life. Without wasting one single moment of time, they purify themselves, to transform themselves, to enlighten themselves, and to liberate other beings. No? So wise men and women merely take the opportunity what life gives us, without fixation, life itself. No? Yes.
Nem változtathatjuk meg a természetet. Az élet nem élhet örökké. Ne legyen túl sok kötődésünk, vagy ragaszkodásunk ehhez az élethez. Az élet elszállít minket a halálhoz. Önmagában nincsen ereje élni. És ezen még Isten sem változtathat, ez a dolgok rendje. Az élet így áramlik. Minden elmúlik, és minden változik. De ami igazán nagyszerű, hogy lehetőséget ad az élet számunkra, hogy megtisztítsuk, átalakítsuk és megszabadítsuk magunkat, és hogy másokat is segíthessünk. Micsoda nagyszerű lehetőség ez. Ragadjuk meg ezt a lehetőséget azonnal. Méghozzá, hogy azonnal megtisztítsuk, azonnal átalakítsuk és azonnal megszabadítsuk magunkat, és egyben másokat is. Egyetlen pillanatot sem vesztegessünk el. A bölcs emberek kihasználják az életnek ezt a nagyszerű lehetőségét.
So without finding a genuine spiritual master or divine gurus who can guide you, who can teach you the divine technique of purification, divine technique of transformation, divine technique of great liberation, without finding someone to teach you, to share the divine technique, divine wisdom, without finding a spiritual guru or master, you cannot take the opportunity of life, which is to purify, transform, and enlighten yourself and to help other beings. So first search, all the wise men, when their first search, heartfelt search, is to search a guru, to search a spiritual master, who have universal loving compassion, who have great wisdom, to search a spiritual master, from whom you can learn this divine technique of purification, divine technique of transformation, divine technique of enlightenment, and divine technique of practicing meditation. No? So that's why the first search, spiritual people, every spiritual man or woman, the first search is to search a divine guru, a divine master, from whom you can learn this divine technique. No? So that all spiritual men and women, wise men and women, they are not search to find a boyfriend, a girlfriend, to find a wife, to find a husband, to find a job. No? But their first search is to find a spiritual master, a loving one, wise one, compassionate one, who can teach you this divine technique of purification, transformation, enlightenment. No? So that your mission of your life is accomplished. The opportunity what life is giving for you is accomplished with the help of a spiritual guru, master, who can teach you. No? So first search is to search a spiritual master. Compassionate, loving, and wise spiritual master. It's not easy to find, no? But if you find one, you are very fortunate to search a spiritual master. In order to accomplish your spiritual mission, no? Accomplish your great opportunity of accomplishing your spiritual success, you know? So if you find one, you must celebrate yourself. Life without finding a spiritual master who guide you, who protect you, who bless you, that life is good for nothing. No? The life becomes absolutely meaningful, life becomes absolutely blessed after you find the most loving, wise spiritual master who directly walk for you, teach for you, guide his divine technique for purification, for transformation, enlighten you and for your enlightenment. So if you find a spiritual master, this is a subject to celebrate. You will accomplish your spiritual mission to achieve your great liberation by finding a spiritual master. You know? Is subject to celebrate yourself, you know? First action is to find a spiritual master, you know? To accomplish your spiritual mission, you know? To accomplish your great liberation. To receive, to get all your answer, you know? Yes.
Nagyon fontos, hogy találkozunk egy spirituális mesterrel, aki megtanítja nekünk a megtisztulás, az átalakulás és a megvilágosodás isteni technikáját, isteni bölcsességét. Minden spirituális ember először spirituális mestert keres, aki rendelkezik az egyetemes szerető együttérzéssel és a megvilágosodás bölcsességével. Őket nem a barátnő vagy a barát vagy a munka érdekli, nem ezt keresik, hanem a mester, aki megtanítja neki a megtisztulás, az átalakulás és a megszabadulás isteni technikáját. Ha ezt megteszik, akkor spirituálisan sikeresek lesznek, hiszen beteljesítették az első, legfontosabb feladatot. Ha megtaláljuk azt a mestert, aki rendelkezik ezekkel a kvalitásokkal, az értelmes szerető együttérzéssel, a megvilágosodás bölcsességével, akkor nagyon szerencsések vagyunk. Az életünk így lesz teljes mértékben értelmes és áldott. És ilyenkor ünnepelhetünk, hiszen itt beteljesíthetjük spirituális küldetésünket, megkaphatjuk kérdéseinkre a válaszokat, és teljesen megszabadulhatunk.
So to love your spiritual master, spiritual guru, to have a heartfelt devotion to your spiritual master, and to have a heartfelt interest to learn all the technique that you can learn from your spiritual master, technique how to purify yourself, to transform yourself, to enlighten yourself, to free yourself forever. To have this great interest, to have this great kind of devotion to your spiritual master, and also heartfelt devotion towards the technique what he showed you, and practice the technique diligently, every day and night, without wasting single moment of time, to practice the technique what your master showed you diligently, with heartfelt appreciation, devotion to your spiritual master, and with heartfelt devotion and interest to practice the technique, and then rapidly accomplish your spiritual journey towards great liberation, and sometime to help all Mother Sentient beings. Yes?
Hogyha szívbéli odaadással, szeretettel vagyunk spirituális mesterünk iránt, továbbá ugyanilyen szívbéli odaadással és érdeklődéssel vagyunk a megtisztulás, átalakulás és megszabadulás isteni technikája iránt. És hogyha gyakoroljuk mindezeket az isteni technikákat, akkor minden adott ahhoz, hogy megszabaduljunk.
So every movement that you move towards to meet your spiritual master, to practice Holy Dharma, is a great dedication. It's not wasted. Every movement towards your spiritual master. For example, when you come, some of you come here maybe 100 kilometers, some 50 kilometers, some 10 kilometers, some 3 kilometers, So every movement, every step that you move towards your spiritual master, to meet your spiritual master today, for example, and receive his teaching, the Holy Dharma, and to practice the divine technique together, and to make this heartfelt prayer for the protection of the world. So today, every movement, every step that you move towards for this meeting is absolutely meaningful. It is sealed, sealed. Today your day is absolutely blessed because you move forward us. Others, maybe 100, 200, 1,000 people won't come, they couldn't manage. Because they are not so dedicated enough. No? They could not remove their obstacles. Some stupid family programs, things like that. They miss this great opportunity. Master who protect great Hungary, the whole Europe, since 20 years, protect you. He is coming here again before you go back home. Many thousands of people, they miss this because they like to come. I know everybody loves me, but they could not win from their challenge, all the obstacles. Stupid family programs, war, job, or some went to holiday. So they could make it. But you make it. No? So you get the everlasting award. Award is good. Award.
Yes.
Today, all of you are accumulate such a great merit that you are courageous enough that you sacrifice all other meaningless activity and come here with heart of devotion. So this act, that this meeting that you make possible, gives you everlasting reward, everlasting fruit. Now today you are receiving teaching from Master Guru Padmasambhava because you sacrifice your other program, you come to see here. Some other lifetime you will be in pure land of Buddha, pure land of Lord Padmasambhava. You will receive teaching directly from him in pure land of Buddha. This is the reward. Every good action is with reward. Every good action is naturally, every good action gives naturally great reaction of great reward that you will enjoy forever. So we must also appreciate, we'll be very happy, the sacrifice, dedication that we make for practice Dharma to meet your spiritual master. You must be aware of this so that you don't miss this opportunity. If you are aware of this, then you will not miss this opportunity. If you are aware of this, then you will not miss this opportunity. And then you will get everlasting reward. Life is like this. Action is in our hand. We act wisely, lovingly, selflessly. Reaction is in hand of God, in hand of nature, will give you everlasting satisfaction, everlasting accomplishment. So we must be always very careful to react spiritually, react selflessly, react wisely and meaningfully. And we will be able to enjoy the everlasting reward. No? Yes? Every success is a reaction of good action, no? Yes?
Minden mozdulat a spirituális mester felé egy fontos lépés megszabadulás útján. Ha idejöttetek, amikor idejöttetek, minden egyes lépésetek teljes mértékben értelmes volt. Minden egyes lépéseteken az áldás pecsétje van. Mester, aki titeket, Magyarországot, Európát és a világot védelmezi. Nem, ez, és nem sokára
I speak too much, but never mind, it's okay. That I try to give, but you cannot say like this.
és nem sokára elutazik. Sokan mégsem tudtak így eljönni. Ráadásul gyakran értelmetlen családi programok, vagy bármi más ilyen. De ti elég bátrak voltatok, és szívbéli odaadással eljöttetek. És ezért örök jutalommal lesz részletek, és ennek a gyümölcseit élvezhetitek. Például azért, mert itt vagytok, most ezen a tanításon, ennek a jutalma, ez eredménye az is lehet, hogy halálotok után Amitába tiszta földjére kerültök, ahol magától Amitávától tanulhattok. Tudatában kell ezeknek lennetek. És így nem fogjátok kihagyni ezeket a nagyszerű lehetőségeket, és örök érdemben jutalommal lesz részletek. Nagyon fontos, hogy gyorsan és bölcsen reagáljatok mindenre. És akkor ennek meg lesz a jutalma. Hiszen minden egyes sikeres tevékenység egy jó reakcióval, egy jó tevékenységgel kezdődik.
So there's once a karmic, he said this world of humanity, human beings, is a world of action. The action is emphasized. Action gives plays the most important role. No? It doesn't give you much importance where you're born. If you're born in a rich family or poor family, if you're born as a man or woman, this doesn't give too much importance. But importance gives the action what you act. The action is very important. A realm of human realm with action give the decision. Your action give your decision. Your action is the justice, chief justice. And with lawyer, your action squares. What you act, you will get it. The action is important now. The action decides everything. No? God, not that God decides everything. Even nature, we cannot decide everything. But your action decide what you become. Your action decide. Your good action decide to be happy, to be successful, to be divine, or your bad action can decide you to experience endless fear and suffering. No? Your action decide everything. Your action make decision, not God make decision. So that's why the human being must be very wise to make our action very positively, very compassionately, very selflessly, very lovingly, and very wisely, so that this wise action, compassionate action, peaceful action, non-violence action, compassionate action give us endless fruit of happiness and joy and success. We should be careful what we act. Action is important for us. God is not important for us. Buddha is not important to us, but Buddha teach you what is good action, which will bring you great happiness and great liberation. What is all bad action, sinful action, which will put you in hell, which will give you endless fear and suffering. Buddha gave is what is the good action to act and what is the bad action to abandon. That's it. Our action make the final decision. So we must be very careful how we act. Okay? Yes. Action is the majority, the importance of action. So what do we act? What do we practice? We learn this from spiritual master. We can learn from the Holy Dharma. Our action must be truthful, must be selfless, must be loving, must be wise, must be very positive. So that wholesome action will bring us kind of everlasting success and accomplishment. You know? Action is important. Every time action is important. Yes?
Az emberi lét a cselekvés létezése. Ugyanis mindegy, hogy hova születünk, lehetünk szegények vagy gazdagok. Ami meghatároz minket, az maga a cselekedet. Hiszen a cselekedet dönt el mindent. Ez a legfőbb igazság. Nem a természet, vagy maga Isten dönti el, vagy milyen sorsunk van. A cselekedetünk dönti el, hogy boldogok, sikeresek, isteniek leszünk, vagy éppen végtelen szenvedésben lesz részünk. Nagyon bölcsnek kell tehát lennünk, hogy hogyan cselekszünk. A cselekedeteink legyenek bölcsek, szeretetteljesek, békések, együttérzők, erőszakmentesek. Ugyanis ezek a cselekedetek elhozzák számunkra a sikert és a boldogságot. Nem Isten vagy Buddha a fontos számunkra ebből a szempontból, hanem magunk a cselekedetek, amiket mi végzünk. De Buddha megtanította nekünk, hogy mi a jó, a helyes, a pozitív cselekedet, aminek eredménye a siker, a boldogság és a szenvedés nélküliség. Mindig figyeljük tehát, hogy hogyan cselekszünk. Most, hogy itt vagyunk és tanulhatunk Mestertől, ez például egy nagyon fontos és erényes cselekedet.
So action is led by, action has a leader. Action has leader. Action, our attitude leads us to the action. If we have a loving attitude leads us to make a loving action. Huh? If we have very selfless and loving attitude, will lead us, our body's mind, to speak compassionately, act compassionately and lovingly. And our attitude is very wise, very far-sighted, will lead our action of our body and mind, body and speech, to act physically, to act very wisely and verbally, speech-wise, to speak something very wisely and meaningfully, so that others can learn from you. You know. So our action, which decide everything, which decide our happiness, our future happiness and future suffering, is guided by attitude. If you have a positive attitude, wise attitude, loving attitude, peaceful attitude, the peaceful, loving, and wise attitude will lead you to act wisely, compassionately, peacefully, and beneficially. No? So in order to act, to develop the positive action, or loving action, wise action, meaningful action, we must also observe and must be very careful to develop a positive attitude, loving attitude, kind attitude, selfless attitude, wise attitude. Without developing this kind attitude, selfless attitude, spiritual attitude, wise attitude, we cannot lead our body and speech to act and speak wisely, meaningfully, or compassionately. So the attitude lead our action. Whether it's a good attitude or bad attitude. Bad attitude, selfish attitude, ignorant attitude, aggressive attitude will lead us to make very aggressive action, selfish action, greedy action, sinful action, and cause all kinds of fear and suffering. So that's why we must correct our attitude. We must always observe our attitude. Our attitude, we must change. If you are not happy with your attitude, because you have very selfish attitude makes you very narrow, very blocked, very panicked. Your aggressive attitude makes you very burning, make you very uncomfortable. So if you are free to change your attitude, you can always change your bad attitude into good attitude. You can change your selfish attitude into loving attitude. You can always change your aggressive attitude into compassionate attitude. You can change your violence attitude into non-violence attitude. You can change your ignorant attitude into wise attitude. Attitude is changeable. You must not say, I have aggressive and ignorant attitude. This is my nature. I am aggressive. So what? I have very selfish attitude. So I act selfishly, aggressively because I have selfish attitude. As if you think that your attitude is unchangeable. If you think this way, you very make you more foolish. So our negative attitude, what we have now, the negative attitude that makes you very unhappy, you are able to change it. For example, if you live in a house which has a lot of fungus, a lot of dropping the rain, you cannot take the rain. What's that? We have a hole in the roof. What's that? A leaking attitude, a leaking kind of. You can repair it. You can repair your house. You can clean your house. You experience great frustration because you have very dirty rooms. So you clean it. You can change your dirty room into a very clean room. Change is the opportunity, We can change everything. We can change good into better, better into best, and best into best to best. We can change. Don't stick into one experience only. You always move forward, a greater change, greater success, a greater transformation. But the relationship, some people last time somebody told me, okay, in this case I'm very unhappy with my wife, can I change my wife? Something like this. Can I change my husband? Can I change my boyfriend and girlfriend? No? But if you cannot change your attitude, your selfish attitude, if you cannot change your aggressive attitude, by changing your partner will not solve your problem. The root of all the problem is your anger, your aggressiveness, your selfishness, your ignorance, that you have to change. When you change your root problem, these negative emotions, then the world changes when our inside changes, So So that's why we have to change it. We must change our attitude and we improve our attitude. Make sure that our attitude becomes very loving, very compassionate, very wise, very meaningful. And then our action, our body, spirit, mind also become very compassionate, very peaceful, very loving, very meaningful. And then as soon as possible, we can accomplish our spiritual mission to achieve real liberation and also to help all other beings. No? Yes? Some people who have so much suffering, who experience maximum depression, they think if they make suicide, they think the suffering, frustration, depression will change, will go away. That's why a lot of young people, a lot of people who are very depressed, they hang themselves, they suicide themselves, very unfortunately. By hanging yourself, making suicide of yourself, will not solve the problems. No? It makes you absolutely foolish and coward. That you have no power to change yourself. You know? That you yourself become your own enemy to hang yourself. You know? To kill yourself. It's too bad. No? So life is beautiful because there's change is possible. That we can change ourselves, we can purify ourselves, we can transform ourselves, we can enlighten ourselves. The beautiful about life is that life gives us all the opportunity to change ourselves, to improve ourselves, to liberate ourselves, you know? Yes.
A szerető hozzáállásunk szeretetteljes cselekedethez vezet minket. A bölcs hozzáállás pedig bölcs cselekedethez vezet minket. Bölcs lesz a cselekedetünk, bölcs lesz a beszédünk és a gondolataink is. A cselekedetet a hozzáállásunk, a szándékaink vezérlik. Fejleszünk ki tehát szerető, kedves, bölcs, önzetlen és spirituális hozzáállást, és mindez elvezet minket a pozitív, szerető, bölcs és értelmes cselekedetekhez. Tudatában kell lennünk tehát, hogy a hozzáállásunk vezérli a cselekedeteinket. Az önző vagy agresszív hozzáállás negatív, bántó vagy bűnös cselekedeteket eredményez. Ha ilyen a hozzáállásunk, változtassuk meg, hiszen a hozzáállásunk mindig megváltoztatható, és így nem okozunk szenvedést sem magunknak, sem másoknak. Tudatában kell lennünk annak, hogy mindig meg tudjuk változtatni a hozzáállásunkat. Ha erőszakosak vagyunk, meg tudjuk ezt változtatni erőszakmentessé. Ha tudatlanok vagyunk, meg tudjuk ezt változtatni bölcsességé. Sosem mondhatjuk azt, hogy ilyenek vagyunk, például agresszív vagy önző vagyok, ez van, ilyen a természetem. Mert ez így nem igaz, mindig meg lehet változtatni. Olyan ez például, mintha tetőn van egy lyuk, és beesik rajta az eső, penészes és koszos a szoba, mi pedig erre csak panaszkodunk, hogy hát ez van, ez így nem igaz, hiszen tudunk rajta változtatni. Egyszerűen megjavítjuk a tetőt és kész. Sose felejtsük el, hogy mindig meg tudunk változni, és mindig a nagyobb célt, az átalakulást tartsuk a szemünk előtt. Valaki egyszer azt mondta nekem, hogy elégedetlen vagyok a férjemmel vagy feleségemmel, és szeretném lecserélni. De a probléma nem a másikban van, hanem a mi önző vagy haragos hozzáállásunkban. Ha ezt megváltoztatjuk, minden megváltozik körülöttünk is. Ha szeretetteljes a hozzáállásunk, szeretetteljes lesz a cselekedetünk is, és ráadásul mindez előbb-utóbb elhozza a spirituális beteljesítést is, és ezzel így másokon is segíthetünk. Sokan öngyilkosok lesznek, mert olyan szenvedést élnek át, és azt majd úgy érzik, hogy nem tudnak ezen változtatni. De ez ostobaság, mert nem adják meg maguknak a lehetőséget, hogy átalakuljanak. Nem fejlesztik ki magukban a pozitív hozzáállást, mindazért, hogy elérjék a megszabadulást. Tehát mindig tartsuk szem előtt, hogy ezeket a pozitív hozzáállást kifejlesszük magunkban, hogy így tökéletesen megtisztítsuk, átalakítsuk és megvilágosítsuk magunkat.
So the most beautiful about the Supreme Buddha Dharma and Sangha, the most beautiful about the Supreme Buddha Dharma and Sangha is that Supreme Buddha Dharma and Sangha teach us doesn't engage us to pray, to believe them alone, you know. But the Supreme Buddha Dharma Sangha teach us and introduce us the endless fear and suffering of samsara, and teach us the technique to purify the cause of fear and suffering, teach us the technique how to purify our negative emotions, how to purify our negative actions, and how to purify our negative attitudes. Buddha teach us the technique. He introduced us the suffering, endless fear and suffering of samsara, and later he teach us what is the cause of suffering. And he teach us to abandon the cause of fear and suffering. He teach us to purify our egoism, to purify our anger, teach us to purify our ignorance, to purify our selfishness, to purify our greediness, to purify our arrogancy or pride, which are cause of suffering. No? He teaches us to purify and abandon the cause of suffering in order to become free from fear and suffering of samsara forever. He teaches us. Buddha teaches us the technique to purify ourselves, to transform ourselves, to enlighten ourselves more than he asks you to believe you, pray on you, make you depend on him. No? This is the most beautiful thing about the teachings of Buddha and Buddha Dharma and Sangha. Buddha teaches us the technique to purify ourselves, to transform ourselves, free ourselves forever. Teach all the technique. You know? Otherwise, the Buddha will be like communist leaders. You know, like in Romania, we had the Ceausescu. Everything depends on our. During that time, the Romanians, in order to get one piece of bread to eat, here they have to be slave of Ceausescu. You know, Ceausescu. No? If you want to believe Allah, only then you get piece of bread. Only then you can get liberation. Even you suicide and name of Allah, you get this. You know. So many religions they make you depending on them. You know. You believe only them. If you don't believe them, you believe some others, you are the sinner. You will be punished. That makes people very like slave, like very afraid. They don't give secure. They give more fear to the people. You know. But Buddha Dharma give us the secure. First, Buddha introduced the suffering of samsara, and then introduced what is the cause of fear and the suffering of samsara. That cause, which are all the negative emotions, all the negative actions. Buddha teaches us the technique how to purify, how to transform these negative emotions and purify these negative actions, who are cause of fear and suffering of samsara. And later, Buddha introduced us the nirvana, which is forever free from fear and suffering. And he teaches us the technique of Haridharma. By practicing Haridharma, you can reach great nirvana, great liberation. So Buddha gives us the technique. Buddha doesn't make us like slave, you know. Doesn't make us depending on him. Buddha just simply shows us this compassionate technique, wise technique, which can purify ourselves forever, which can transform ourselves forever, which can free ourselves forever. And then after that, we ourselves become Buddha. Our soul or mind become Buddha, our speech become Dharma, our body become Holy Sangha. This is the most attractive, most mind-blowing, beautiful things about Buddha Dharma and Sangha. No? Yes. So that's why we are so grateful, so convinced to believe in Buddha Dharma and Sangha, to take refuge to Buddha Dharma and Sangha, and wholeheartedly learn the divine technique of purification, divine technique of transformation, divine technique of enlightenment, for our own liberation, for our own everlasting freedom, for our own great achievement of great liberation and Buddhahood. No? This is beautiful. This is most attractive, mind-blowing beautifulness of Buddhism, no? Buddha Dharma Sangha. I tell you the truth. Yes. why is we are convinced, we are wholeheartedly delightful, we are wholeheartedly convinced to take refuge to the Supreme Buddha, who is our ultimate teacher, Supreme Dharma, which is our ultimate path. Supreme Dharma is ultimate path and protector also. If you practice Holy Dharma, can protect you. Holy Dharma is protector for you. If you practice Holy Dharma, if you practice universal loving compassion, if you practice the wisdom of enlightenment, if you practice meditation, that practice of Holy Dharma can protect you more than God or Buddha can protect you. The ultimate protector is the Dharma. Dharma protects us more than anyone else. So Buddha as supreme teacher, Dharma as supreme protector, Sangha as supreme community, spiritual community. So we wholeheartedly must be very delightful to take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, who shares the universal great wisdom, enlightenment, who share us the universal technique of purification, transformation, great liberation for us and for all other sentient beings. Who give Buddha, who give the equal love, equal guidance, towards all other sentient beings without any discrimination. So that's why the great Indian, who wrote the great Constitution of India, Dr. Ambedkar, he may give his heartfelt appreciation and heartfelt gratitude to Lord Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, who is the ultimate protector, ultimate guidance for everyone's liberation, for everyone's everlasting freedom. But the problem is that Dr. Ambedkar's his followers, the Buddhists, they say, oh, we are not allowed to go to temple to pray in Hindu temple. We are not allowed to go to the Hindu temple to pray Lord Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. We are not allowed to pray to goddess Lakshmi and Ganesh. Now these followers later they become a lot of complication. They make a lot of going to any temple, going to Hindu temple or Buddhist temple and Islamic temple is not a problem. No? Because Buddha says you must trust your heart. You trust too much to the God if you don't trust yourself, that you have Buddha nature, that you have perfect nature within yourself. You should trust your divine nature, that you have all have Buddha nature. By practicing Holy Dharma, you can accomplish your inner Buddha inside you, that you become Buddha. Otherwise, if you believe too much to the outside, and if you forget to believe yourself, you will never find your treasure, your own treasure. You will always like stupid tourist, without, you will never reach your home. So, as much you trust to God or Lord Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, more than that, you should trust your nature, which is Buddha nature, which is freedom nature, enlightened nature, which is loving nature. So the teachings of Buddha, the practice of Buddhism is based on the practice of trusting your own divine nature, which is Buddha nature. And see everyone, respect everyone as your spiritual brother and sister. No negative thoughts, no anger towards anyone. Develop pure thoughts with everyone. And find your own nature, which is Buddha nature. By the practice of Holy Dharma. So, with a single heart of devotion, we are so happy to take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. By taking refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, by believing in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, we have a chance to purify ourselves, transform ourselves, liberate ourselves, and we have a chance to achieve our divine nature, which is Buddha nature. We have a chance to achieve Buddhahood. And we have a chance to liberate all mother sentient beings. Until all mother sentient beings reach enlightenment, we have a chance to serve them forever. So I want all of you to pay heartfelt homage, gratitude to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Okay? Thank you. Jai Ho. Jai Ho. Thank you for your today's meeting. Thank you. Thank you.
Buddha Dharma Sanghával kapcsolatban a legnagyszerűbb, hogy ők a legfőbb tanítóink. Buddha bemutatta, hogy a számszára végtelen szenvedést hoz számunkra. Bemutatta továbbá mindennek az okait, amelyek nem mások, mint a negatív érzéseink, cselekedeteink, a negatív hozzáállásunk, az önzés, a tudatlanság, a mohóság, a büszkeség, az arrogancia. És bemutatta azt is, hogy hogyan tudjuk megtisztítani mindezeket, hogyan tudjuk elvágni mindezeknek a szenvedésnek a gyökerét. És bemutatta azt, hogy mindez úgy lehetséges, hogy a dharmát gyakoroljuk, hiszen a dharma gyakorlásával elérhetjük a tökéletes megszabadulást. Milyen nagyszerű is ez! Hiszen nem függünk Buddhától, dharmától vagy szangától, hiszen Buddha átadja nekünk a technikát, így mi magunktól függünk. Így például Ceausescu, aki ugye diktátor volt, vagy akár itt van Allah is, vagy bárki más, akik úgy építették fel az adott rendszert, hogy tőlük függjünk. A tőlük függ az, hogy jóban vagy éppen büntetésben lesz részünk. De Buddha nem ilyen, nem vagyunk Buddha rabszolgái. Csak rajtunk múlik, a mi hozzáállásunkon, a mi cselekedeteinkkel, hogy miben lesz részünk. Maga a tudatunk Buddha, maga az isteni beszédünk dharma, és maga az isteni testünk pedig a samsára. Ez adja nekünk a biztonságot, hogy saját magunkat és másokat is megszabadítsunk, mások is megszabaduljanak. Hogy megtisztítsuk tökéletesen magunkat, hogy átalakítsuk és megvilágosítsuk magunkat. Ez egészen elképesztő, hisz mondta. Buddha tehát a legfőbb tanító. A dharma pedig nem csak a legfőbb tanító vagy tanítás, hanem a legfőbb védelem is. A szerető együttérzés, a megvilágosodás bölcsességével és a meditációval mindennél jobban meg tudjuk védeni magunkat. Ha ezeket gyakoroljuk, ez a legfőbb védelem számunkra, és nem pedig valaki, aki rajtunk kívül van. Buddha tehát a legfőbb tanító, a dharma tehát a legfőbb védelem, a szangha pedig a legfőbb közösség. Végtelen hálával lehetünk Buddha iránt, aki nekünk és mindenkinek egyaránt ugyanúgy diszkrimináció nélkül bemutatta az isteni megtisztulás, átalakulás és megszabadulás technikáját. Még India alkotmányában is benne van, hogy Buddha mindezeknek a végső forrása. Később sajnos a követők nem látták ezt teljesen tisztán, hiszen úgy mondták, hogy nem lehet például hindu templomban gyakorolni. De ez egy félreértés, ez egyáltalán nem igaz. Hiszen a Buddhát belül és nem kívül kell keresnünk. Bízunk saját Buddha, szabadság és szeretetteljes természetünkben. Hogyha bízunk saját tiszta tudatunkban, saját tiszta természetünkben, ez maga Buddhaság. És hogyha tiszta szemlélettel, hozzáállással vagyunk mindenki iránt, ez a legnagyszerűbb dolog. Így teljes szívből vegyünk menedéket Buddhától, dharmától és a szangától, és így megszabadíthatjuk magunkat is, és mindenki mást is.
So before we pray 21 Tara, I want to make the 7 prayer of Mahaguru Padmasambhava.
Talán 25 tarához való ima előtt a 7 soros vacsaimát fogjuk elmondani, mi a magyarul a 7. oldalon, tibetül pedig a 6. oldalon található.
So Guru Padmasambhava is the second Buddha. Buddha who teach the Vajrayana, divine technique of great transformation and great purification. No? Buddha Shakyamuni, before he passed away, he already made prophecy that after he passed away, very soon there will be born a miraculous Buddha who will be born in lotus flower, very closely. He will be born as Buddha by birth, by birth. And he is more powerful than Buddha Shakyamuni himself. He will powerfully show the greatest technique of purification, greatest technique of transformation. He will show you the Vajrayana great technique of transformation. No? The Tantrayana, Tantrayana have nothing to do with the practice of sex. Western people Vajrayana, divine technique of purification, divine technique of transformation, divine technique of enlightenment. If someone practices Vajrayana technique of great transformation without abandoning the cause of suffering like anger, like desire, like ignorance, without abandoning it, you can right away transform it. You transform anger into universal loving compassion. You transform ignorance into great wisdom of enlightenment. You transform desire into everlasting bliss. You don't need to you don't need to abandon, or you just, you simply just transform it. Like peacock, peacock is a mayur. In Hindi, it's a mayur.
I don't follow India. I come from South of India.
Okay, peacock. Peacock eat the poison. Peacock don't have to abandon and avoid poison. Peacock right away eat the poison as his food and immediately transform the energy of poison into nectar and make himself more beautiful and grow beautiful feather. So Vajrayana technique is a technique of great transformation. You don't need to abandon, you can just right away transform it. Transform your negative action, negative emotion into positive action and into great wisdom. So Buddha, the Guru Padmasambhava is a Buddha of Vajrayana teachings of great transformation. The practitioner of Vajrayana teachings of great transformation also requires a genuine students, genuine followers, genuine practitioners who have great heart, a great courage, to transform the negative emotion. They must have one pointedness devotion and belief in Vajrayana technique of great transformation, and on the basis of one pointed devotion and belief towards Vajrayana technique of great transformation, the student can practice it, and right away they can enjoy the practice of great transformation and achieve great liberation in one lifetime. So we pray to the second Buddha, or the Buddha of Vajrayana teachings of great transformation, to receive his ultimate blessing of transformation and great liberation. Okay? Now we practice this. In the translation. Okay. I think this time we don't translate. Okay. I want to hear the new sound. What's wrong? You all sick? Louder, louder.
Sokkal hangosabban énekeljük.
Use your full power. This makes you more dynamic, more strong. Louder, louder. More power. Very weak people. Hopeless people. Louder. I cannot hear you. Lady, hello. Louder. If you recite mantra loud and clear, it is good for you. It improves, it recharges your immune system. And it strongly purifies you, transforms you. You know? So you must, God has given the power, God has given the human bodies, is body of God. Human body's mind is the absolutely blessed one, very dynamic. So you must not be afraid to use your human body, speech, mind, your own energy, dynamically, powerfully, to improve your immune system, to activate your Buddha, Dharma and Sangha within yourself, to purify yourself, to transform yourself. You must be very powerful, very dynamic. No? Only if you help yourself dynamically, powerfully, you can dynamically, powerfully, rapidly change yourself, improve yourself, purify yourself, transform yourself. You know? If you speak like mosquitoes, like, like small, hourless, you become hopeless. You must use this divine technique, recite this divine mantra powerfully, loud and clear, happily, joyfully. Only then you can powerfully, dynamically purify, transform and enlighten yourself. If you don't help yourself, you will always remain weak, powerless, hopeless. Please help yourself. Only you can protect yourself. You can make yourself very powerful, very dynamic. Yes?
Mondjuk hangosan, mantrát. Csak így tudjuk magunkat megerősíteni. Csak így tudjuk megerősíteni az immunrendszerünket. Csak így tudjuk megtisztítani, megvédeni magunkat. Az emberi test isteni és áldott. Ne féljünk ezt dinamikusan és erőteljesen használni. Ha dinamikusan, erőteljesen, örömteljen mondjuk ezeket a mantrákat, akkor így tudunk segíteni magunkat. És ne úgy mondjuk, mint egy kicsi szúnyog, ahogy zümmög, hanem ilyen erőteljesen tisztítsuk meg magunkat, alakítsuk át magunkat, és szabadítsuk meg magunkat. Csak mi magunk tudjuk megvédeni magunkat. És ezt is csak úgy tehetjük meg, hogyha dinamikusak és erőteljesek vagyunk.
You have to help yourself to make a hero. You know hero? Hartsuk? Hero is what? Hős. Victorious Hartsuk. Hős? Hős. Hős. Huh? heartfelt, you will never become heartfelt, okay? The way you recite mantra, you show hopeless in your face. I can see people, each person, how they are powerful or not. I can see your body language. I can see how you recite mantra. I can read your face. You are not helping yourself to be more powerful, more dynamic. You must be like hero. Some armies and some heroes who fight with Turkish last time, 100 years before. Some armies, they cannot even hold a knife. They fall down. They are so powerless. They are so weak. They can never become hero. Some are very dynamic, very powerful, very strong confidence. They become victory. They become hero. I want all of you to be hero, divine practitioner, spiritual hero, who can dynamically purify yourself, transform yourself, who can dynamically protect this world. This world needs a dynamic people, not a hopeless people who cannot recite mantra powerfully, It seems that you have no power inside. Your power is lost. The way how you recite mantra, I can see everything. You are not strong enough. You must help yourself to be more strong. I worked for the last 20 years for you, but I don't see much change in you. This makes me very disappointed. You make me disappointed. A real teacher who really loves you, who really transforms you, is about to teach you very strongly. He can shout to you also, like I'm doing. The politician can never shout to you because they're afraid. They're using you. They're using a very, very loving language, smiling to cheat you, to take something from you. A really master who want to purify you, who want to transform you. Like Lama Marpa, The way I see how you recite mantra, I feel very sad, I look at Dusas and problem. I see Maharaj Sen, he even don't know that you have to use the Romo also. If he is strong boy, he can, Romo will put in your own hand, take this conch to Annamari and her, you can do this, but you are a hopeless person. Always you are hopeless. You took easy one, the conch, and you just forget it. Romo is very important. You are in front. And next to you, Dusa is so hopeless. No? She's staying there skeleton. The ping pong is what? Near the sea, there are small animals who are like this. Small wing cannot fly. No? What's the name of this? Name of this bird? Penguins. You must have powerful wings to fly like eagle. Little jump is not enough. Little jump, the frogs can little jump also. You must be able to fly. With this mantra, if you recite this mantra powerfully, then you can fly. You have a very powerful wind. Why am I wasting 20 years with you? No? Because I don't see any change, good change in you. After I walk 20 years, that I want to see my students are very dynamic, So recite mantra powerfully, okay? You think of your mother. Think of your mother. You are staying here more 1.5 hours. 2 hours, but you did not think of your mother. What kind of practitioner you are? You must think of your mother. Remember how much mother sacrificed for you. Of this, please. Of this. No translation. You remember how much your mother sacrificed you. How much she loved you. How much she served you during 9 months. And after you give birth also, how much your mother sacrificed you. And you can forget that. You cannot forget that mother. You know. If you forget your mother, there is no foundation of spiritual practice. Your practice of spirituality is based on the heartfelt love and respect your mother. You start from this foundation to love your mother and wish to liberate your mother, free your mother forever. On that foundation, you practice the teachings of Buddha. No? So don't forget your foundation. Don't forget your mother. You dedicate your happiness, share your happiness and prayer for the liberation of this life's great mother and all other mother sentient beings. You know? You cannot forget the mother sentient beings. Okay? Remember your mother now? You don't worry. You immediately you remember your mother, then you start to have so much compassion, so much love. It's not possible because if you're not used to feel, mother's love, mother's sacrifice, you cannot feel great love to your mother also. You don't understand your mother because you forget how much your mother sacrificed you and love you. So, people who always remember your mother, love your mother, because you remember how much your mother sacrificed us, love us, then immediately you can have a great love, great respect your mother. Others who are almost forget your mother, by thinking of your mother, you cannot have a big love, big compassion, not possible. But just simply think of her. Just thinking of her is enough. Because they computerize, you put the plug, electricity, wire, you plug in, light on. So this mantra has a universal power. The mantra, when you're reciting mantra, the mantra places your body spiritual mind, transform your body spiritual mind, and all the thoughts, all the thinking that you are taking place in your mind, you are thinking of your mother, the mantra will spontaneously, this mantra has universal, universal loving compassion. In this mantra contains universal loving compassion, universal power of protection of Buddha. So you just think of your mantra, when you recite your mantra, think of your mother, the mantra and Buddha will spontaneously bless your mother. Because you are thinking of your mother, the mantra and Buddha will immediately bless your mother. Yes. Because technique what we practice is a universal technique. of purification. It has universal power to purify, everyone, transform everyone, to protect everyone. Just think of Mother during when you recite mantra, the holy mantra, and Buddha will immediately reach the heart of your mother and bless your mother. Protect your mother. Remove fear and suffering of your mother. Yes? Can you say this? On this, yes. Only when you're speaking. Come.
Gondoljunk mindig édesanyánkra. Amikor imádkozunk, már órák óta itt ülünk, de még nem gondoltunk édesanyánkra. Pedig, ha mantra közben rágondolunk, akkor az a szeretet, az az édes közvetlenül azonnal eljut hozzánk. Ne aggódjunk amiatt, hogyha nem érzünk azonnal mérhetetlen szeretetet, vagy együttérzést, akkor, amikor édesanyánkra gondolunk.
The sofa is there, behind. Just behind the sofa, yeah.
Elég, hogyha csak édesanyánkra gondolunk, miközben mondjuk a mantrát. Olyan ez, mint amikor bedugjuk az áramba, és így világítani tudományból a mantra, közvetlenül automatikusan eljut édesanyánkhoz is megáll, és automatikusan kifejlődik bennünk.
Yes, so think of everyone. You can think of your enemy also. The mantra will not see that your enemy is your enemy. Your enemy is your mother. Your enemy is your mother sentient beings. If you think of your enemy, also the mantra will bless your beings to whom you think is an enemy. Actually, is your countless lifetimes mother. No? You think they are enemy because you are stupid, ignorant, because you are stupid, misunderstanding. But actually, your enemy is your mother, same like this life's mother. There's no enemy. As Buddhist practitioner, you should not believe in enemy. We don't have enemy. Our enemy is anger, ignorant. If you think of your enemy, the mantra and Buddha will spontaneously bless your enemy. No? Purify your enemy's problem, suffering. And your enemy become your good friend. No? Yes?
És ne csak édesanyánkra, hanem másokra is gondoljunk. Gondoljunk az ellenségeinkre is. Azt hiszük, tudatlanságunk miatt, hogy vannak ellenségeink. Pedig mindezek az emberek számtalan életünk során édesanyáink voltak. Az ellenségeink nem mások, mint a negatív érzéseink, ez esetben a tudatlanságunk. Tehát mantrázzunk úgy, hogy mindenkire így gondolunk, szeretetteljesen, és mindez tökéletesen megtisztítja tudatlanságunkat.
So now we pray the Tare prayer, 21 Holy Mother Tare. We pray from the refuge prayer, after this 7-line prayer they announced it. Middle of page number 6, it's the refuge prayer. There's nothing. Hello. The roll must be finished. Sit down. You see, Namo Konjosuna from here, the end of page, your page number 7. Namo, and this, this one here. So now Tibetan, page number 6, end of page number 6. 3 times refuge prayer.
Hatodik oldal, utolsó bekezdése 3-szor.
Oh, denge namgra jizan, pama Together, please. Three times the full prayer.
Most a 7. oldal utolsó bekezdés 3-szor fogjuk elmondani. Namo, én is minden érzőim emlékért fordulunk hozzád, ó három drágaság lényegi természetet Jetszünk ma. Az egyetemes szerető szívet kifejlesztve, mi is rálépünk a mélységes ösvényre. Namo, én is minden érzőim menedékért fordulunk hozzád, ó három drágaság lényegi természetet Jetszünk ma. Az egyetemes szerető szívet kifejlesztve, mi is rálépünk a mélységes ösvényre. Namo, én is minden érzőlény menedékért fordulunk hozzá, ó három drágaság lényegi természetet Jetszünk ma. Az egyetemes szerető szívet kifejlesztve, mi is rálépünk a mélységes ösvényre.
Yes. So now page number 8, Tibetan. Translation.
9. oldal. Nemes Istenem, szorgalmas Tára, 3 idő és 10 irányészben mesei és folyóitok, teljes odadással hódolok néktek. Virágot, füstölőt, mécsest, illatos vizet, ételt, zenét, valós és tudatom által teremtett felajánlásokat adok. Fenséges gyülekezet, fogadjátok el, kérlek. Megvallok minden ártó cselekedetet, a 10 ártó tettet és az 5 mérhetetlen következménnyel járó bűnt is, melyet elhomályosult tudattal kezdetlen idők óta ez idáig elkövettem. Örvendezek a svárokák, pratyéka buddhák, bódhiszattvák, közönséges és más lények 3 időben felhalmozott minden jó tettének. Kérlek benneteket, hogy a lények kívánságának, fejlettségi szintjének és szükségletének megfelelően forgassátok a kis és nagy járművek, valamint az általános dharma tanítások kerekét. Míg a szamszára világa kínálról a szenvedés óceánjában forduló lényekre együttérzéssel tekintsetek, ne távozzatok a nirvánába. Bármi kísérletet is halmoztam fel, vezessen minden lényt felébredéshez, bárcsak késekedés nélkül az érző lények dicső útmutatójává váljon.
Thank you. Now page number 10. Oh, please read in Tibetan. Follow me.
Olvassuk tibetül is.
Om Jizema Pamatama Zalo Tutare Nima Palma Tutare Injipa Selma Ture Tunga Jimbe Tolm Soyi Gejula Nudo Chanda Trama Nima Palma Jene Gejula Dandama Jile Sunga Chuji Hyal Kuzo Jivore Ne Choma Chanda Tunga Dawa Kundu Kawa Jene Tibi Hyalma Karma Tunda Sobanan Rodo Jivore Parama Chanda Sengu Junegi Pemezuna Nabrajema, Chibotu Kadwikewa, Sobazan de Juniema, Chanda de Hingibizo, Tare Nabrajavajam, Maluburu Jiboto, Yelisi Hindu Dema, Chanda Tutare, Duda Jodananga Kama, Jendo Boykabian, Duban Kubanema, Chanda Jemela Samba, 주죠 저보를 남산남다 도저 소개 눈에 떠마 자다 저저당 배지 바로 누가라 편저마 이거 이제 잡혔는데 메버주바게도 바라마 자다 도렌지 바 쳔보 되게 바와 남라자마 주기간에 단연된제 가와던제 마로서 저도 고조숨서 자지 서마도가 나버게마 마로저지 고로게메랑 거지 손좀 저도도 가지 배우니 어제 정화변마 개발을 예두다라에 두단지대 완도세 저도서 이경에 소남 단체 그반도가니 전예여의 홍계 풍화단체 남아론 저선대회도 뭐에 개발든지 힘도 바람마 러베 쳐다밤에 오리기도 오른세마 저도 끌어다내네 버베정하고 나네마 이장의 공간에 보러게 자해봉난 남은 점마 저도 소행고다 자 특히는 겹겨도마 전이 깨져이게 홍게 받은 내게 저사대만 그만 힘만 양한테 예조연님 소원다양다 댐베 대과체 보자마니 저도 그는 그룹가베 자일로 나라동게마 이게 저병하는 급에 누가 혼을 로마니 저도들의 향한다 배우는 남버서마니 그러면다라던 백젠 지내서 나이와님 저사다의 조연남베 다다된 전화남 다른 주변의 얘기에 도남을 뻔해서는 저사다의 손자라고 바다면제된 그는 고정가와지에 도남을 하는 것은 수반님만 나와 기입에 진행보다로서는 하라니 저도다라에 힘으로 버려내서는 저자된 예수남급의 기회도 나연다대 도다로는 오지소는 저번들은 전이행마 짜증나게 또 반대 쳐들어오는 이유자 이제 read the translation in medium speed
11. oldaltól. Ó, tiszteletre méltóan a nemes Tárral üdvözöllek, legorulok előtted Tare, te gyors és bátor, Tutáréval félelmeket erőszakó, Ture által beteljesítő megszabadító, hódolok a szóval évi mantra előtt. Hódolok néked, te világos szemű, gyors és bátor megszabadító, három világ védelmezőjének könnyéből lett, az ő lótusz arcának millió szémából keletkeztél. Hódolok néked, kinek arca százőszitei volt kint ragyog, ezernyi csillag tündöklő fényét árasztod magadból. Hódolok néked, kinek arany és kék színű vízből született lótusz díszíti kezét, tered az adás, a szorgalom, a fegyelem, a béke, a türelem és a meditáció. Hódolok néked, beérkezettek koronáján ki, határtalan diadalt aradsz, benned bíznak a győzelmesek fiai, ki a tökéletességet minden érte. Hódolok néked, aki a Tutare és Hungáriával töltött be a várjuk birodalmát és a teret, várjuk legít világot tipolják, hívó szavakra mindenki összeseredik. Hódolok néked, kinek Indra a tűzisten, Brahma, a levőisten, Siva és más istenek várják szolgálatukat. Tiszteletnek előtted szellemek, sírból kívül halottak, dalnokok illatevő szememlének. Hódolok néked, ki a Trat és Patarével leküzdöd az ártó mesterkedést, jobb lábat felhúzva a balt kényűt adobbantasz rettenetes hángokkal lobogó tüzet közepén. Hódolok néked, két félelmetes Turéval legyőzöd a márák seregeit, haraguló tuszarcoddal minden ellenséget megsemmisítesz. Hódolok néked, aki a három drágaság budra elvékesített szívet, hiszen minden irányra rögtató dicsőséges csakra kerít. Hódolok néked, kit határtalan öröm tölt el fejet tündöklő fénykoszorú fanya körül, élesked zöldön és a Tutare szóltakba uralod a világos démonokat. Hódolok néked, kinek hívására minden a világi védelme az összes eredék.
One page, please, one page.
Szóltakba minden szűkölködők és inségtől szenvedők megmenekítik. Néked, kinek fejét félholdően emlékesíti, valamennyi díszek csodása ragyog, fejeten tettél a namitán rabult felül, kívül szüntelen fénysugarak áradnak szét. Hódolok néked, ki világvégi lámokkal lobogó tűzkoszorúban, hogy szoblábat kinyújtva a balt felhúzva elégeted az akadályokat, még a boldogsághoz való ragaszkodást is. Hódolok néked, aki a földet tenyére ütöd, lábaddal döngetett haragodol és a húgyszótabból a hírvas a világot megrázod. Hódolok néked, aki maga vagy az örömelni mindéket, kinek tere az örökké tartó Istenünkből, a szóval és hangirtatában megsemmisíted a legsúlyosabb bűnöket. Hódolok néked, aki elpusztítod a nagygyönyör ellenségeit, a honvédelségéből keletkező adatot szóltak van körbe. Hódolok néked, Ture kivágaiddal robbantasz szíved, a homlok szóltak az óriás mandra és dicseteget s a három világot megremegtetett. Hódolok néked, kinek kezében az Istenek tavanulaja jött vadonatava és papkétszerek kimondásával minden mérget megsemmisítesz. Hódolok néked, kit az Istenek királya, végtelen sok Isten és kényelem szolgálja, fényes erőlő perverzeteddel és örömmel, összetra visszánk és a rosszányokat. Hódolok két szemedes sugárzó napisteli oldalak, még két hálával és Tutáréval szörnyű betegségeket mulasztanak el. Hódolok néked, ki a hármas ürességgel, te rendelkezel a tökéletes békítés erejével. Te vagy tőled, kivel kivégőzed a démonok sírból két halottat és legségségét. Ögyékél mantra ezen dicsőítésével, nem borult az Istenünk szövegtára.
Okay, now the special supplication prayer.
különleges menedék.
No meeting sit down.
Amit most külön a pont kiosztottunk.
Okay, the special supplication prayer. Yes. So now there's one page, single page. This one. First in Tibetan, melodious. Tibetan one. Ma kiwa me. Oi ma kiwa me de joyana yum je la mo tro ma yo te sem je ko la de ma. Oi da ji ba ko le ya do so. Chuguyen Paramaje Basem Yamo de Gurwaye Makora Chambe Semje Lo Yulama Juji Jabdu Zol Chuyin Kula Maje Patani Zege Jelane Chutane Be Lubalo Yumyadagi Lame Jabdu Zol Toparagawarange Sem Tone Gombarame Jepar Chawange Yenwalo Yum Tembe Lame Jabdu Zol Sem Rajoni Me Yeshela Nisu Zembe Pajaji Chitra Cheya Chenwa Lama Yum Yatungi Me Lame Jabdu Zol Yanda Kendala Neje Jan Tunde Kelandra Mejebe Heje Dala Mombala Yum Kunje Lama Jabdu Zol Turanange Tsanyeje Tamje Dedan Yemeje Tadon Lame Kansala Yum Zosange
ji jabdu so Om Tare Tutare Ture 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 so Om Tare Tutare 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 Om Tare Tutare so 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 Ingredient Patra Om Tare Tutare so 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 Your internet is hotspot. Om Tare Tutare so 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 Om Tare Om Tare Tutare so Om Tare Tutare so Om Tare Tutare so Om Tare Om Tare Tutare so 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 Om Tare Om Tare Tutare so 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 Om Tare Tutare Milam Mare Khala Swate. Don't ask people to help you. People have no power to help you. People are so disturbed with their own program, with their own suffering, with their own selfishness. Ask help and protection from the Holy Mother 21 Tara. Ask Buddha to help you, to protect you. Buddha and 21 Holy Mother Tara will immediately help you, immediately bless you, immediately protect you. If you are a foolish one, you ask other human beings help. They have no power to help. They are blocked. They themselves have so much suffering, so much blockage. You develop heartfelt devotion and belief to 21 Holy Mother Tara and to all the Buddhas and protectors. Ask their help with this mantra, with this prayer, that all the Buddhas, Holy Mother 21 Tara, all the divine angels, protectors will help you immediately, bless you immediately, without delay. So until I come back next time, maybe I will be able to come back next year only. You always pray. All this divine technique sadhana that I show you. You practice 21 Holy Mother Tara. You practice and pray the Guru Yoga, Milarepa Guru Yoga, the Mahamudra, preliminary practice, Mahamudra. You practice Amitabha Buddha. You practice long life prayer. You make this Jambu Kundusnama Jambu, calling your spiritual master from far away to receive his blessing. This divine technique which I introduce you, these divine prayers and technique which I introduce you, you practice this divine technique, you do these heartfelt prayers, and you will be immediately blessed, protected, and purified. Guarantee. Okay? So until I see you next time, you practice Holy Dharma, which I introduce you. Okay? Yes.
Megkérjünk más embereket, hogy segítsenek minket, hiszen el vannak foglalva saját szenvedéseikkel, elakadásaikkal. A 21 Szent Tárához forduljunk, a Buddhához forduljunk, teljes odaadással kérjük őket, hogy segítsenek nekünk, és 21 Szent Anya, 21 Tára, Buddha, a védelmezők, az angyalok rögtön, késlekedés nélkül sietnek a segítségünkre, és örökre megáldanak és megvédenek minket. Lehet, hogy csak jövőre találkozunk újra, lehet, hogy csak jövőre tudok visszajönni Magyarországra. Addig is gyakoroljátok a 21 Tare, Guru Rinpoche Guru Jogát, Milarepa Guru Jogát, a Mahaguru kívánságimát, Amitabha imáját, a hosszú életimákat, Tárét, Mester hívását a távolból. Ha a teljes szívből odaadással gyakoroljátok, és ezeket a imákat, hogyha teljes szívből mondjátok ezeket az imákat, akkor garantáltan védelemre és áldásra találtok.
At the end of this course, teaching tour, from 20 to 23, 4 days, we have a special holiday, this national holiday. So we have a special retreat, 4 days course, including the Powa course. You can come to Kunejish, participate. Not this coming weekend, next weekend. Yes.
És 20-től 23-ig, tehát csütörtök, péntek, szombat, vasárnap, jövő héten 4 napos kurzus lesz még Kunhegyesen, ahol Póva tanítások is lesznek. Tehát ha tudtok, gyertek el!
Om Dare Dudare Dure Zai, 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 Om Dare Dudare What's the time now? 20 minutes to 9. Om Dare Dudare Zom 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 Om Dare Dudare Zom Dare Dudare Zom Dare Dudare Zom Dare Dudare Zom Om Dare Dudare Zom 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 Om Dare Dudare Zom 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 Om Dare Dudare Zom 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 Om Dare Dudare Zom 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 Om Dare Dudare Zom Dare Dudare Dure Swaha. Now after this we go to White Tara, page number 22.
22. oldalra lapozzuk.
What you said?
Lehet, hogy csak a 20.
Yeah, I said White Tara.
Tehát a Fehér Tara, dicsőítés Fehér Tarához 20. oldal lesz.
Your networks, your internet is not so good. Om Dare Dudare Zom Dare Dudare Zom Dare is working. Om Dare Dudare Zom Dare Dudare Zom Dare Dudare Dure Swaha, page number 22. 20, I think 20, not 20 years. Om Jesu Ma Pamadamala Chazalo, Kurole, Tutare, Tutare, Jigato, Ture, Nawana, Tramanimla. Chazal de Benanga, Nebe, the Vesuket, and as a Tojikum Jenzema, Chojimala, Chazal de Tonga, Dorajin, Dawalan, and Jadema. Kenan Tamji Yosozo, Panama, Chazal de Jurulon, Ludande, Dosanjik days, and Dojikone, Chanayam, Pamadamala Chazal. Kologan Mozerga, Tigelan, Yigit, Yuzo number 10, Kologena, Chanzalo, Shinamji, Yuzo, Tabala, Jemeto, Bojaluna. To some Sanjay, Yutamagala, Chanzato, Pamatuma, Pronzayum, and Nikolo Zebrama. Hamojula Sumane, Takate, Pajetam, Nedadon, Tamjele, the Jiki of Doso, Chola, Tumudu, Malupalana, Pomajula, the Della, the Bushin, Tanya, Sunday, Pujitak, from the soul. Pomogudo da Nedo, Christian David, Chajan, Susan, Jan, Zebeta, Himel, Pemanda, Demos, Kemi, Dojik, don't you? Catching Chinese Baji, Sanjay, Tamakula, the Kula Bottom Dobane, Tasan Jubala, the Nison Sanjo, the Chanam Higaji, Tunja Posum Tomo, Tomobara, Children, the Matuji, the Matayas, and Jataji, Chimi Giants, News of the ends of the Sanjay Tabanzo. The most of the young maybe thought me, the Sodan and Tanjim, Jibala, President and the Lazo, to me, Joan Girata Zoda. Melong and Tanang about them, Jibakis on Yeratan, the healing of the Zozon, you can get and the Vaye, Pahid, the Lebon so on. Prince Jebet Malopan, the Union or Zizo, to Latin, the Jupatan, the Jupiter, the Nidos, everybody, young, and paying Jebranzo. Jolly was saying, go on the Rebel, the Bacon, the Legend, or the Jebin, the Payan, Target Sarabune to be lost, and Sunday on the Getanema, you want to have the Janima. In Jurubanam, until this page number 24. You recite until this.
Most a 21. oldaltól a 25. oldal aljáig forduljuk el. Ó, hódolok néked, Tare, te mindentől való nemes mester, a Taréval megszabadítasz a szanszárából, a Tutaréval megszabadítasz a 8 félelemtől, a Turéval mindentől megmenekítesz. Hódolok néked is dicsőítelek megszabadító, ki keresztbetett lábbal holtrónusan, fehér lótusz virág közepén ülsz. Hódolok néked is dicsőítelek, ki megadod a legfelsőbb szűrit, hátadat volt koromnak támasztva, az őszi címében tündökölsz, visszajuk tökéletességük teljében pompáznak. Hódolok néked és dicsőítelek, ki kezedben lótuszt tartasz, tested hamvas, mint egy hajadon él, valamennyi tökéletes buddha lótuszatva fiat, tégedől elhitveseként, s kívánságokat mind beteljesíted. Hódolok néked nemes Tare, kinek tökéletesen forgó fehér kerekéből, 8 8 otagából fehér fény árad, hódolok-e kerék tartójának. A tiszta földek világos létjei drága kövekkel vannak telehintve. A buddha világok legfőbb tisztaságában a 3 idő minden buddhájának szülőanyja vagy, Tare anyámjáról előtted. Nemes megszabadító anyám, kívánság teljesítő kerék, életet meghosszabbító istenség, hozzád fohászkodom. Óvd meg engem mindenfélelemtől, betegségtől, életakadáltól, hiszhatalmadban. Ruházz fel minden megvalósítására, közönségesekre és a legfelsőbbel is. Nemes anyám, édes gyermekekként tekints mindazokra, akik hisznek benned, és emelj magadhoz együttérzésed hálájával, ha önömmel hozzád fordulok. Őszi a hold színében tündöklő Istennő, lényeket szelídítő ruházatodban eldődülővel, kiváló testet felséges ékszerek díszíti. Hűságnakből készült szoknyában, holdkoromban egy lótuszvirág szívében keresztbetett lábbal ülsz. Egy lászod és 2 karodban arcod mosolygós, Tare Istennő 3 idő buddháinak szülőanya, örökre adodolok előtted. Rövid dicsőítésünk hallottam, csitítsen minden akadályt, mi megvilágosodásunk előtt áll. Ettől a pillanattól fogva biztosítsd el a kedvező körülményeket felébredésünkhöz. Váljunk olyanná, mint te győzedelmesek, páratlanul testünk ősete alakod. Kísérletünk nagysága, életünk hosszas, minden jelképünk és jellemzőnk legyen olyan, mint tiéd. Dicsőítésünk és imánk erejével bárhol is legyen lakhelyünk, situljon el ott minden betegség, gonoszszerély, szegénység és viszály, erőségnek a tanítások és mindenre szerencsés. Együtt érző nemes hölgy Bhagavani, én is a végtelen sok érzőlényt, tisztítsuk meg gyorsan a 2 elhamásolást általad, teljesítsük be a 2 felhalmozást és érjük el a tökéletes buddhaságot. Mindaddig még elérjük a megvilágosodást, semmisítsd meg gyorsan minden életünkben a korai halál különböző formái, a rossz álmokat, bajos előreket és a 8 félelmet. Táskából mindent, mi kárunkra van, démonokat, akadálykeltő szellemlényeket, betegségeket, és a tökéletes boldogság és a minden tudás elé gördülő akadályokat, mind az emberek, mind az Istenek világában. Hogy könnyedén és spontán tegyünk szert minden előre, melyel jó szerencsét és a legfőbb boldogságot tökéletes bőségben gyarapíthatjuk e világon, s e világon túl is. Vagy szorgalmat a gyakorlásban, és terjeszd a tanításokat, bárcsak folytonosan téged gyakorolhatnálak, bárcsak megpillanthatnám páratlan arcodat. Add, hogy az egyetemes szerető szív és ügyesség megvalósítása úgy növekedjen, mint a dagadó hold. Szülessek meg én is a csodálatos gyönyörteli Buddha mandalában, egy mélységesen gyönyörű, fentséges lótuszvirágban, és kapjam meg magától, amitávától a buddhaságom eléréséről szóló jóslatot. Váljunk oly szerencsésé, mint a lótuszvirágot tartó anya. Ő az Istenség, kit minden életemben gyakorol, kétszemű, zöldtestű, egyarcú, kétkarú, gyors és bátor Istennő, a három idő Buddha tevékenységének úrnője.
Okay, thank you. Page number 26. Jaya Jama Jika Chinda Dan Kodan Kodze Zetan Shingan Dan Jeje Sejo Samba Chinda Tenje Gona Dozo Gyura Hyo Chela Dejing Swaha Tabe De Daho Kante Nebe Sajo Su Tende Olgon Tabze Hiwa Dangchu Dan Roje Pewa Zedo Ozo Gewandi Nyoda Da Jizun Pama Joman Jira Nendowa Jigyama Ruba Tesalan Goba Hyo Gewandi Nyoda Da Jizun Pama Joman Jira Nendowa Jigyama Ruba Tesalan Goba Hyo Gewandi Nyoda Da Jizun Pama Joman Jira Nendowa Jigyama Ruba Tesalan Goba Ayoy, nara dangai bhamba sambo tazain de dengan tolme sonzain ba
sorban jöhetünk azért, hogy megkapjuk Mestertől 21 pára áldását.
Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha, Dare, Tutare.
Take away the fan. Take away the fan.
Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha, Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha.
Off the fan. Put behind. Push the table behind. Push the table behind. Okay, okay. It's okay. Okay, don't change. Don't change.
Dare, Tutare.
Put stone there. Stone there. Come queue by queue.
Gyertek gyorsan sorba.
Then after the initiation or the blessing of Holy Mother Tara, you sit down again. We have another half an hour.
Miután részesültetek 21 tara áldásában, beoltásában, utána jöjjetek vissza, jöttek
We make a short Guru Rinpoche Gana Chakra.
És egy rövid Guru Rinpoche Gana Chakrára is még sor kerül.
Yes, a queue please.
Gyertek gyorsan sorba ide. Szorosan, jó? Tehát ne legyen nagyon köztetek helyen szorosan.
Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha.
Yelling you can, it's very good. Yelling is good here.
Yes.
Yes.
Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha, Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha.
Then you can take some photo. You can give the photo.
Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha, Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha. Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha.
After the initiation, go there. Don't go here. Just interrupt the ear. Go there. After.
Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha, Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha. Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha, Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha. Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha, Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha.
Be mindful.
Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha, Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha. Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha, Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha. Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha.
No close, no close.
Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha. 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 Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha.
Why are you moving on time? This is the right place.
Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha. Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha. Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha. Dare, Tutare.
Go closer, hello. Go closer.
Dare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha. 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 Tare, Tutare, Ture, so you change it. You always stay one place, I don't know. Tare, Tutare, Ture, so. Tare, Tutare, Ture, so. Tare, Tutare, Ture, so. Tare, Tutare, Ture, you hold this again, you hold that Hasyan. Tare, Tutare, Ture, so. Tare, Tutare, Ture, so. Tare, Tutare, Ture, so. Tare, Tutare, Ture, carry on, carry on. Tare, Tutare, Ture, so. 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 Tare, Ture, so. Tare, Tutare, Ture, so. So every day you practice 21 Holy Mother Tara, okay? Promise? Every day. You can morning, after you wake up, after you take shower, before you go to work, before breakfast, you practice 21 Tara 3 times, you know. It takes less than half an hour. But the benefit, blessing, you can enjoy forever. And then evening, before sleep, also 3 times. And that 21 Tara, you know, all the Buddhas and all the protectors will protect you forever. Okay? Yes.
Minden nap gyakoroljuk 21 tára gyakorlatát, imáját. Reggel például még felkelés után, akár az zuhanyzás előtt, és 21 tára örökre megáld minket.
So now I want to, you have to prepare for the wine for the Ganachakra. You have one, huh? Huh? Where is it? Hold on, you only have one. And bring the guyas also here. Do the soup, vegetable soup. Drum. Edith can bring one wine from downstairs. This for the shrine. Only for me, special glass from downstairs. Bring this Gana Chakra here. Take away this ring box. Put on that chair you right here. Yeah. Okay. This wine is for people to share 1 spoon each with the mantra. Okay. Where is the soup? Soup's coming? Okay.
Om Bezam Gurbe Mata, Nidam Bezam Samaya, Siddhibala, Om Bezam Gurbe Mata, Nidam Bezam Samaya, Siddhibala, Om Bezam Gurbe Mata, Nidam Bezam Samaya.
Recite the mantra, please.
Om Bezam Gurbe Mata, Nidam Bezam Samaya, Siddhibala, Om Bezam Gurbe Mata, Nidam Bezam Samaya, Siddhibala.
Keep on not doing what I ask.
Om Bezam Gurbe Mata, Nidam Bezam Samaya, Siddhibala.
This is more. Not very hard. Okay. Down. Put more there. Put in the shrine.
Om Bezam Gurbe Mata, Nidam Bezam Samaya, Siddhibala, Om Bezam Gurbe Mata, Nidam Bezam Samaya, Siddhibala. Spoon by spoon there, Ramian comes spoon. Come here. Show me this Gana Chakra. So put this there. Later, somebody has to carry this. Okay? So I got 1 to 5 people. Is that okay?
Okay, one dosa, one you, okay? You bring this one, okay? No, later, after 2 minutes. And then Anamari, okay? Okay. Anamari, and you, okay? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Yanka. Yanka, okay? Okay, good. Yanka can you make the blessing this soup, please? Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong.
Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong.
No, hold it. Take this.
Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong.
You stay there. You stay. She can stay. Hello. She can stay. Some other can go. Yes. Stay. Yes. Yanka, take this. Right. Yes. You must be the spoon to distribute people. Don't stop the drum.
Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. 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 Ram Yam Kam. Ram Yam Kam.
Please. What are you doing?
Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong.
Go back a little bit. Go back.
Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. 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 Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong.
Stay there.
Ram Yam Kam
Oh,
Oma
now I need one more. You okay? You okay? She's okay? Yes. Hold this one.
Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. Ram Yam Kam Oma Ahong. 소식 거의 예불을 내 거기서 바람에 마마당 뺏은 예고 때리는 게 더 간도 같이 조용한 예고도 소리 쳐가지 가불문도 같이 껴다 지금까지 조직이 묻고 아무리 겨다 찾아내면서 물을 내왔다 하나보다 보고 애들과 머리가 가이 ram yam kam oma ahong 소식 거의 예불을 내 Punzakaye, Oma, Bezan Guru, Bemandevandak, Gana Zoda Punzakaye. Now we pray. What do you mean? Om Bezanguru Bemandevandak, Gana Zoda Punzakai. 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 Change the position every time, please. Go behind there. Yes, that is the best place. Om Bezan Guru Bemandevandak, Gana Zoda Punzakai. Om Bezan Guru Bemandevandak, Gana Zoda Punzakai. This is for 3 universe, 3 times. Universe number 1, universe number 2, universe number 3. Whole 3 universe is filled of divine offerings. And offer this to all the Buddhas, all the protectors, all the divine beings. Whole 3 cosmos is filled of nectar of offering. And offer this to all the Buddhas. Offer this to all the Bodhisattvas, all the enlightened great masters, all the divine beings. No? Again, you do together this. You can change. Oh my God. You can do like this. Yes. No, don't stay there outside. Om Bezanguru Bemandevanda Gana Zoda Punzakai. Om Bezanguru Bemand. People are in the house. Om Bezanguru Bemandevanda Gana Zoda Punzakai. Om Bezanguru Bemandevanda Gana Zoda Punzakai. 3 times. Om Bezanguru Bemandevanda Gana Zoda Punzakai. 3 times. Om Bezanguru Bemandevanda Gana Zoda Punzakai. Now your body, speech and mind. 3 times your body, first one, second one your speech, and then third one your mind. Om 3 times. First one you offer your body, secondly you offer your speech, thirdly you offer your mind. No? Om Bezanguru Bemandevanda Gana Zoda Punzakai. Om Bezanguru Bemandevanda Gana Zoda Punzakai. Om Bezanguru Bemandevanda Gana Zoda Punzakai. Wonderful, wonderful. You know, this is the meaning. This calls whole universe. No, like this whole universe, whole globe, whole universe. No, you offer to Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. You offer for what? To purify your body, spirit, mind. To bless your body, spirit, mind. To enlighten your body, spirit, mind. You need to make universal offering of your body, spirit, mind, and whole 3 cosmos. Till lock. No? These are divine technique or divine transformation of Vajrayana. You must learn. No? This is called mudra, very important. No? So this offer, Tashik. How do you say it again? What say? In the Hungarian, what do you say? Please take it. How do you say? This is the divine language. Divine language. Language from body language and mudra language. No? Again. Om Bezanguru Bemandevanda Gana Zoda Punzakai. Om Bezanguru Bemandevanda Gana Zoda Punzakai. Om Bezanguru Bemandevanda Gana Zoda Punzakai. When you are making this, why you go behind? The people are here. You're doing funny things. There, please, just come there, turn there. Oma Om Bezam Guru Pema Devandra Kini Gana Zara Ponza Kai. Oma Om Bezam Guru Pema Devandra Kini Gana Zara Ponza Kai. Oma Om Bezam Guru Pema Devandra Kini Gana Zara Ponza Kai. You offer your body, one. You offer your speech, second. You offer your mind. For what? To purify your body, to purify your speech, to purify your mind, to transform your body, to transform your body, speech, and you to transform your mind, and to enlighten your body, and enlighten your speech, and enlighten your mind. You know, if you work for it, you will get it. So this is the technique. Om Bezam Guru Pema Devandra Kini Gana Zara Ponza Kai. Om Bezam Guru Pema Devandra Kini Gana Zara Ponza Kai. So when you do this click, you make offering. Sometimes your body's mind is purified already. This very much moment, it purified. Yes, purify your body, purify your speech, purify your mind. The technique of Vajrayana is very speed, very fast, immediately. That's why you must have very sharp mind. No? Again, Om Bezam Guru Pema Devandra Kini Gana Zara Ponza Kai. Om Bezam Guru Pema Devandra Kini Gana Zara Ponza Kai. Om Bezam Guru Pema Devandra Gana Zara Ponza Kai. Om Devara Shiba Chuje Doja Trima Dangdalawa Sondang Zimba Nambara Bang the Yini La Daja La La Oh Yenduji Kandenji Sham de Pamo Gurwala Majin Ziminjeri Dong Samyang Jiraji Lobar Yang Domai Shila Nyamru de Shenro Guru Dang Long Yanjam Ji Cheyun Jugo Le Tembe Yimbo Ne Mai Mugu Dang Tubzo Yingru Jengang Le Tonyu De Yingla Chawarang Guzo Chugun Yum Lamda Tembe Mubo Cheyame Mekin Nave Mubo Lo Oy Gambara Shemba Maji Chugun Yuma Melamda Tembe Mubo Cheyame Mekin Nave Mubo La Gambara Shemba Maji
This one, you make another plate, you want one more plate? So this, everybody can take a little bit of one piece or 3 pieces of this, okay? Sit down, please, sit down. So this is blessed by mantra. You drink a little bit for your own life before your purification. No coronavirus. It's blessed by mantra.
Beme jazo dan de go tjom sanje pe ma he ba ye chok ju go ya be den ba zan ne jo da yong ja jo ji me do je don do he ro ga sanje do je ke do la ma ye chok ju go ya be den ba zan ne jo da yong ja yo beme jazo dan de go tu ma wang chu pe ma ro ye chok ju go ya be den ba zan ne jo da yong ja yo om so de Karma ga he chu zhe xin gong de zhao ba ka jiao sang jie ju zhu wei chen dou zhu ju den ban zhen bei ni. Om su de karma ga he chu zhe xin gong de zhao ba ka jiao sang jie ju zhu wei chen dou zhu ju den ban zhen bei ni. You must memorize in Tibetan language also. You understand? You memorize this long life prayer in Tibetan language also. Yeah? What are you doing all the time? You know? You're doing then morning, evening prayers, only reciting in English language, your language. The Tibetan language is very, very important for you. Hello, long night prayers for master, you know. You should also memorize in Tibetan, understand? Yeah. Huh? Yes, but they don't do. That's the problem. They don't do. Okay, then pray in your language.
Mindenesen állított feladni a Mahaguru Padmasambhava tudatának győzelmi zászlaját, legfelső útmutatásait és egyetemes tanításait a végtelen térben, a három drágaság, a három gyökér, a védelmezők és imák erejével és igazságával, fogadd el a hosszú élet örökké tartó hét varzsa kvalitását. Omszódian a Prabhupád népszerűsége úgy járja át a 10 irány valamennyi tiszta birodalmát, mint a mindent átható tér. A 16. Buddhától, Karmapától megkaptad a legfelsőbb átadást és áldást, és a megvalósulás átadásának isteni oltalmazója és tartója lettél. A sötét korban született szükségben szenvedő lényekért tevékenykedsz, akiket az ötféle hanyatlás félelme és szenvedése nyomaszt. Négy Isten ügyes módszerrel képes vagy segíteni rajtuk és visszaadni boldogságuknak. Tökéletesen és erőteljesen vezeted mindnyájukat, nagyszerű bódhiszatva vagy. Életed dicsőséges győzelmi zászlaja álljon szilárdan, hogy a szamszára javára is dicsőítsd a békét. Hatékony tevékenységed elhozza a lényeknek és a világnak a béke és a boldogság gyümölcsét. Egészséged sose gyengüljön, életed szilárdan virágozzon és gyarapodjon. Minden megkülönböztetés nélkül természetesen fénylő drágakőként, egy odaadást és tiszta szemléletet fejlesztettél ki minden vallásra. Tanításaidra a korunknak megfelelő valamennyi vallás lényegét tisztelet, és egyesíted őket, hogy konfliktusok nélkül éljenek. Tökéletesen tisztelsz és örvendeztesz meg minden istenséget és gurút, tiszteletteljesen szolgálsz másokat és teljesíted kívánságaikat. Hatékony tetteid igazsággal, három drágaság és minden védelmező ereje által, arass mostantól végső győzelmet a rossz indulatú és rossz akaratú emberek híresztelései és pletykái, a kedvezőtlen körülmények, az akadályok, a démonok és minden zavar felett. Hamar és szerencsésen teljesítsd be kívánságaid minden lény javára.
People who are here, some of you have some problems, you know, some sickness or some suffering, you know, some blockage. So I'm working on this.
Néhányan, akik itt vannak, valamilyen fajta egészségügyi gonddal vagy elakadással küzdenek, most ezen is dolgozom.
Actually, everybody has suffering. Suffering is not suffering is our closest friend, you know. If somebody says, I never experienced suffering, I don't have fear, no suffering, this is the biggest lie. Everybody has suffering. Some sufferings are obviously suffering, some are inside suffering, deep inside suffering, you know. So, if anybody who has some special suffering, some extra suffering, can you tell me? Then not only now I'm working for you, I will also work every day, you know. If anybody has some special suffering, everybody has suffering, that's for sure. But some obvious suffering. You have suffering. What suffering is this?
My father passed away 2 days ago.
Okay. And what is the name of your father?
Bondi.
Okay, okay, but don't cry, please, don't cry. Okay, that's number one. There's not a few also. Few.
Akinek valami most szokásosnál is nagyobb szenvedés van, akár betegség, vagy ilyen komoly lelki van, az most elmondhatja, és akkor ő segíteni fog.
My old students, when they have some suffering, when they have some sickness, some problem, they always tell me, you know. So I already work for them. But some like newcomers, like maybe it's you, yes, and it's she. What kind of problem you have?
My daughter is suffering from cancer.
Okay, since how long?
Since 1.5 years.
Since 1 year. Oh, what did doctor say? Doctor, translate. Doctor say what?
Mondott az orvos rányunk a rákkal kapcsolatban, mik a kilátások?
Ha még él 3 évet, akkor 50%.
Is there?
50% that she will be 3 years more.
Yeah. What's the name of the?
Esther.
Esther, okay. Did somebody tell about her daughter? Yeah, it's you. Yeah, she told me already. Yes, I'm working on it. And then some others? Yes? What problem you have?
Én azt szeretném mondani, hogy nekem a testvéremet, a feleségét és a kisfiát meg engem támadnak a dzogchen gyakorlók a buddhista főiskoláról, amióta a kisfiú megszületett, Krisztiána neve 8 éves. És a vezetőjük Cser Zoltán, és nagyon sok negatív energiát kapunk tőlük, én már kórházban is voltam, és nagyon félek, hogy a családom is kórházba kerül, vagy meghalunk.
No, that's it.
She is very much afraid of attacks from some practitioners, other spiritual practitioners in Hungary, that she fears that she's attacked, also her family is attacked, and she was also in hospital, so could you please help us?
Okay. So the Tara prayer, Tara. But we need the text, okay? The text we can send you through email. This text today what it took, please give back. Can you take the back? Please, we need a teaching tool. Take back the text.
Arra kérjük, hogy ezeket a tanszövegeket adjátok vissza, mert a tanítókörét, amelyek szükségünk van rá, de számodra azt javasolja a mester, hogy majd ezt gyakorol, a Tare gyakorlatot, ez meg fog végzni.
And someone said that
interneten átküldjük neki, tehát valakinek adod az e-mail címedet, mondjuk akár a Zsuskának.
Okay, we will pray for you. Okay, hello. Pray for you.
Imádkozni fogok.
What's your name?
Mi a neved? Mi a neved?
Monica, okay, good. Okay, and then others? There's one person, yes? What kind of, yes?
Serious sickness, cancer.
Okay. What's your name? So I will work for this, okay? You make Tara prayer, okay? Do you have the internet? I told somebody to please send internet Tara to her. Who will send? Juja? Yeah? Huh? You send them, okay. And others? Yes?
Apukámnak a szívében van problémája, és már le kellett állítani, és újraindították, mert állandóan összezavarodik a szíve és...
What's the name of the father?
István.
So this heart program is not in the right order and it was already stopped the heart.
Yeah, no good. We make the prayer, okay? We make the prayer. Tomorrow we are making very medicine Buddha prayer, medicine Buddha practice, and Ture is very close. And this weekend you can come. Some of you can come. No.
Úgy holnap Győrben.
The teachings and the special practice of medicine Buddha, or maybe Amitabha Buddha prayer better. You have Amitabha text. How many?
Van mennyi Amitabha text?
Egy holnap gyertek majd Győrben, nagyon közel van, és vagy gyógyítóút, vagy Amitabha gyakorlat lesz.
Győr is 1.5 hour, very close. And does she have problem with?
Hát, hogy milyen problémát van mondani?
A fiamnak gyomorpérrendszeri problémája van, és szeretnék kérni segítséget.
Milyen problémát?
Gyomorpérrendszeri.
So, her son has a problem with his
Digestion.
What's your name of your son?
milyen neve a fiadnak?
Rihán.
Okay, we pray for him. Okay? All right. You carry on because I want also you when they give this I don't need not the gathering. Generally carry on when they take the Uyas and things like that. I give you 10 more minutes to have live stream. Okay, now congratulations. Today we together with this spiritual meeting. We bless ourselves, pray for ourselves. We also pray for the protection of all humanity, protection of your family, protection of whole Mother Sentient Being. So thank you for joining this spiritual great event. Our day is absolutely meaningful. I was feeling all the suffering of people, who are very close to me. So when I feel the suffering of people, I am a little bit more wrathful. Wrathful? Because I'm working on it, like master in action, like doctor in action, making operation, You see? Guru in action. It's not like the politicians, you know, smile and then take advantage from you, no? Not all politicians are like this. There's good politicians who are very sincere, who are very kind. When they are very sincere, then they are very direct. They are very straightforward. They speak very direct, like this, you know. People who have pure heart, good heart, they speak very direct, you know. And there's many politicians who are very kind, very sincere. And there's many religious people, they are very kind, very sincere also. No? But nobody is perfect, you know. Everybody has his own problem, his own suffering, fear. You know, everybody tried their best to protect themselves, to help themselves, and everybody try very hard to protect your family, protect your country, protect your world, you know. So we are all in action. We must be action oriented, you know. Emphasize action, to abandon and give up the bad action and develop good action, you know. Develop the good action, and good action don't keep it for next time, no. Good action, immediately you practice good action, loving action, kind action, selfless action, no. A wise action which can protect you immediately, no. Your good action must not be delayed, not for tomorrow, not keep for tomorrow or next day, immediately. Practice good action. Action that can protect yourself immediately, action that can protect others immediately, action that can purify others and yourself immediately, action that can bring peace and happiness for yourself and for the world. So we must be action oriented, okay? We go in action, because our good action can bring countless good result, you know? Action is in our hand, you know? The reaction is not in our hand. We be happy to act very good, or always practice good action, and the reaction is reserved in the nature. You know? The nature keep our good action and multiply it, and then give us countless reward, countless happiness, you know. Action is in our hands, that we must practice it properly, peacefully, lovingly, kindly, wisely. And then reaction is hand of God, hand of nature, will always protect you, will always bless you, always feed you back. So you don't worry for the result, fruit. You just act compassionately, wisely, immediately, without delay, no? Diligently. Action is in our favor, no? Action which is led by a good motivation. So always help yourself by good action, okay? Yes? Like today, you with your good action coming here, you cannot imagine how much I and all the Buddhas bless you. You cannot imagine. Almost you are blessed forever. You don't feel it, okay? You don't feel it. Because our mind, which you can feel, which we should feel everything, is in the prison of this physical body, this impure body. All the nerves, all the sputums, all the blood, all the circulation, and we eat a lot of impure food also. No? Our body is impure. So impure. Our mind, our Buddha nature mind is in prison of the impure physical body. So we cannot feel everything. All the good things, all the divine things, we cannot feel immediately, but it's there. It is reserved. So action is in our hand. We act properly, compassionately, selflessly, peacefully, wisely. And the reaction is in the hand of God, in the hand of nature, will forever serve us, reward us, bless us, protect us, and bring all kinds of miracles in this life and also next life, and forever. Yeah? Thank you for today. Thank you for participation. Now you have this soup, the vegetarian soup. Hungarian, you say vegetable guyash, guyash lavash. Please take. Take your soup. So tomorrow I'm going to give. Program is from 3 to 6. Tomorrow, Saturday, give. You know the program, the place. What's the name of the place? Layer City Center. Yeah. And day after tomorrow is a beautiful city of Sapron. Sapron? What's the name? School library. School or something. High school, yes. Okay. And then Monday I come back. So there's a chance I may make a fire ceremony. Anna Marie and Zoli, I so expect that. Thank you. This is very good. This looks very good. I like this flat noodles, you know. Asian people like noodles. And then Saturday, Monday, it's only one day I'm free. I can also make fire ceremony. We can discuss later with you, okay? Monday evening, we can make fire ceremony around 7 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock. Possible? Zoli and Anna-Marie have a beautiful Dhamma house, you know, and they have a beautiful garden. Last time I saw Nick. So, friends who want to come, and they say, easy now. Last time it was a renovation, you know, not so comfortable, but now it's okay?
Yes, the garden is okay.
Okay, good. It's the right time, okay. And then Tuesday, next 10 days, I have been teaching tour before I go to Nepal. But I must tell you, Hungary is one of the most luckiest country in the world. The coronavirus in Hungary is a very light one, not heavy one, you know. Because we make the fire ceremony every day, we make in Kunhegis, we make the coronavirus very silly, very powerless, you know. Almost coronavirus on the way to kaput, you know, falling apart, fall down. Yes. Now we are also finding the vaccine for different powerful countries. I don't know what is their motivation, but they claim that Russia found the vaccine also. America is on the way to find, China is on the way to find, great India is on the way to find, you know. So the best vaccine is your spiritual practice of meditation. The best vaccine is to practice the wisdom of enlightenment and practice of universal loving compassion and practice of meditation. You know, it's the best vaccine for every suffering, for every fear, you know. Yes. Yeah. So all the best. Take your vaccine. Yeah. Noodle soup is a, you know, blessing for you. All right. All right. Now take it. I can just carry on.
És most fejlesztették a Gára Csakra lakományt, ami a legjobb akciális egyben a rendszerése a koronavírus ellen. Ti menjetek most.
Come here. Which part of India are you from?
South part.
South. Tamil Nadu. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. I will talk now. You stay there. You talk. Yeah. That's okay. No. There's nothing. Just stay there. Don't stay there. Yes. Good wine is good for health. Thank you.
Jó? De akkor nem is mész haza akkor.
Másik? Ott van, jó. Nagyon jó, még a jó. Hagyj also traveling around the world. It was a big show.
Okay, no problem. All right. So I must tell you that I must visit you. Please, sorry for the last one.
Very good connection is here.
Come, take your soup. Boss, take your soup. Tamil Nadu. What's your name? Pradeep. Pradeep sir, Jai Ho, Jai Hind. Bharat Mata ki Jai Ho. Yes. Valga Valamuden. Valga Valamuden. Valga Valamuden. Okay, so some students and friends who are joining this live stream, thank you for your participation. Thank you for your kind attitude. Thank you for your love. And through this illusory live stream, I share my love, I share my heartfelt prayers for your good health, for your long life, and for your spiritual success. That you all will have a meaningful life, a wonderful spiritual life, that you are able to liberate yourself, and that you are also able to liberate countless mother sentient beings. Thank you. Tomorrow I will be in live stream in beautiful city of Ture in Hungary from 3 to 6 afternoon. I will give teachings with a great ceremony and prayers. So I will see you tomorrow afternoon 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. in live stream again. Thank you for joining. I think of you. I can feel all the students, friends who are enjoying this live stream. I think there are some great beings. I feel that great beings who have power to bless me. You know? So, with heartfelt respect and love to all of you, I see you again tomorrow from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. afternoon. Another city called Ture in Hungary. Okay? Thank you.